Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Praise a Raw TV and Movies film discussion. How is everybody doing today?
Hanging in there.
Awesome. Lex, how are
I'm
you
doing pretty.
doing?
I'm doing pretty well. We took our students on a retreat today, so I spent basically all day running around like crazy. I got like a billion steps in, and then I also walk from my school to my home, so that was another 2.5 miles or so. So lots of movement today. I'm feeling kind of tired.
Yeah.
Ah,
How many steps do you really have?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up, and I'm not entirely sure how to do that.
nice. Sin, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Glad it's Friday.
Awesome. Awesome.
Same.
So, hello, chat. Glad that everybody's here. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. We got quite a few people in here. But first off the bat, I just want to start off with um, Spider and Libid. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
Nice.
Mean.
So awesome. And then Misi Dawn with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So yeah, right off the bat. So we're getting going. So that's awesome. So we are tonight, everybody, we're gonna be talking about a couple movies. We're gonna be talking about let me just share my screen quickly. We are going to be talking about which we had everybody watch, but some of us already watched them before. Hold on one second.
Many
Once or
times.
twice.
Many times before. I didn't even have to rewatch the Terminator, y'all. I've seen this so many times. I mean, I did start to rewatch it, but I didn't have to finish it because I've watched this so many times.
Yeah, so we did 2 movies. We're doing Terminator, the original, and then the original Universal Soldier, which is one of my favorite movies. Um, uh, you know what? Because myself and Sin has seen this, we're just gonna throw Lex right into the lion's den.
So we're starting off
And
with Terminator, huh? Okay.
yeah, so we're starting off with Terminator. I already, I thought I did a review on Critic List, and everyone, please go to support Blame
Yes.
criticlist.com. Great site, just it's perfect. It's better than Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. So this is a site you want to go to. So I just did one a little while ago. I thought I did one, but I didn't. So, and I know Krista Nova, she actually just watched. She watched it last night. So I mentioned, hey, we're going to be watching Sin and Lex. We're going to be watching this tonight. So Lex, the floor is yours.
Okay, so we're talking about Terminator, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and you've never seen it before. I wish I could watch it for the first time again.
The first word that I have to say, like, it has to, you just got to start by saying, it's cool.
Right.
That's the first vibe you get from it, is just that sense of coolness. Let me tell you, the experience of watching anything on Amazon these days, which is what I did, is awful. Like, it doesn't matter what browser I use, it always, like, the player shuts down a ton of times, and so, like, it is pretty kind of glitchy. So I need to figure out how to get, like, physical media stuff, because
Yes.
these things are just so terrible. But the opening scenes where they, like, the lightning and they phase in and everything is just like, oh, cool.
Mhm.
I was and of course it's, Schwarzenegger at his prime, so that's like just very striking. I think the interesting thing for me was the note of just the I will say something that I have in common about both films is it's good that they picked 2 actors who are really good at being robotic, because it fit those roles so well.
Yeah, it did exactly. Yep.
So that was just a funny thought I had when I was watching Universal Soldier. I was like, man, both these characters are really good at not acting.
But that was the acting, was acting like this robotic character. He was actually wanting to be the character of Reese.
Schwarzenegger?
Yes. And Lance Heinrichsen, who played the white police detective, the one who was always saying stupid stuff and his commanding officer or whatever kept telling him to shut up. He wanted to be the Terminator.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they cast the actual casting went a bit better.
Agreed. Completely.
The soundtrack isn't for Terminator. Soundtrack isn't pretty, but it is fitting. It's it definitely fits the whole vibe of the film, which is one thing that I guess I do appreciate that. I don't know. What else do I say?
Well, what did you think about the character of Sarah and what she went through? You know, she's just this innocent thing thrust into something absolutely life-changing, and just wait till you see her transformation in Terminator 2. Oh my gosh.
I loved in the end of the film when she like you could like there's just a distinct single moment where she switches from like confused, terrified, frightened mode into, you know what, I have to rise to the occasion mode. It's when she picks Reese up and orders him like,
Move
get
it,
up, soldier,
soldier!
and all that.
On your feet!
And I was just like, all right, this is it. This is how it starts.
Yeah.
This-
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's the glimmer. That's the glimmer of what you're going to see more of times 1,000 in Terminator 2.
But what I did find really cool about that is, at no point did she come off as being not feminine. Like she is definitely a woman. She's turning into a strong character without being just, oh well, she's just acting like a man. No,
Yep.
she's definitely still feminine, but
Yep.
there is strength there, and I thought that was. You make something like Terminator today, she's gonna have to do something, overpowering or
Gonna have to be
badass or
bossy,
whatever,
yeah.
and
which they've done.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that. And yeah, so I really appreciate that aspect of she can become clever and win without having to become just the small woman who's throwing around literal cyborg super things. So I like that too.
So I can just tell you my first experience, because I was a kid, and I remember my brother renting it on VHS and being rated R, and of course the scene in there, being a kid watching, seeing this for the first time. I was basically told, turn your head, in that scene, or I can't remember. It was either turn your head or fast forward it. But I remember seeing it for the first time, and I think that was my first introduction to Arnold, and seeing him for the first time. But the one thing I really, I'm watching cartoons, and you're watching Star Wars and stuff like this, but this was like almost the surreal, violent movie that I was basically exposed to, and watching this, and I'm just like, okay, this is different. But the one thing I do remember is being a young kid and being frightened by the Terminator, seeing that robot for the first time. It when he finally peels, everything, when the explosion happens, and he's like, we're going to be talking spoilers, because besides Lex, everyone should.
It is 40 plus years old.
Yeah. So watching
Even
this
I've seen it now.
Yeah.
Finally.
But seeing that robot, the exoskeleton just walking around and chasing them, that gave me some nightmares. because you're a kid watching it for the first time. But over the years, after watching it and actually understanding what the Terminator movie was about, and then seeing T2 for the first time, so it all fell into place with me. So that's how I grew up into it, and I found I will still. I know everyone says Terminator 2 is like one of the best movies, but I will make T2 second to this one because this was my first introduction into Terminator. So, and this is why I loved it even more after watching it so many times over the years since I was a kid. Because being a kid, I didn't understand it as much until, I got into my teens and learning more about it.
Well, the first Terminator it's definitely got more horror vibes. So I can completely understand why it freaked you out. And some of those scenes with him operating on himself, a little disturbing. I feel like that's a
Oh
little
yeah.
dated. I wish they would go and kind of smooth that out a little digitally, like they did some digital fixes in T2. Um, I wish that they would do that, but it is, it's pretty grotesque. He's popping his eyeball out.
Yeah.
He's, operating on his arm.
The
My
eye
first
got me. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was like, ooh. My exposure to this was I knew who Arnold was, but my parents had gone away. I grew up without a TV, as I've said before. So anything I saw was pretty impactful. My parents had gone away somewhere. I don't know, maybe business trip for my dad, and they came back and they told me about this really cool movie that they saw in the hotel room. I guess it was on, in the hotels by then. And they were telling me about this robot and he was going after this girl and she was so pretty and this and how good this movie was. And we were at my grandparents when they were telling me about no we, I was at my grandparents. They had already told me about this movie and about this pretty girl in this movie. And then a commercial for Black Moon Rising came on the TV, which Linda Hamilton was in with Tommy Lee Jones.
That's right.
And they said, "Oh, look there! That's that girl that was in that movie we were telling you about. Look how pretty she is." And at the time that they were showing her face, she had like this scowl on her face, in the trailer. And I was like, "Well, I mean, I guess she's all right, But then, the first day I saw Terminator, I was at school in piping class, and I started losing vision in the side of my eye, and so I freaked out. I thought I was going blind. My teacher said, "Oh, honey, you're just having a migraine." So my dad came and got me, took me to the doctor. He gave me some medicine, and then we were driving home. Well, when I get migraines, I happen to also get nauseated. So I was getting sick to my stomach. But before that happened, we stopped at a gas station video store. I finally rented the Terminator because I'd never seen it before. It was already out for a bit. We get home. I start to feel really sick. I go and I get sick in the bathroom, and then I watch the Terminator. So, like, I have all these weird memories associated with the Terminator. But the first moment I saw this movie, I was so in love with it. There was just something about the way it was all put together, and I love just little tiny things about the editing, like when he kills Ginger, just the quick shot of her fingers spasming when she's getting shot. I mean, little tiny things like that. I just was very enthralled by the storytelling. And then the whole loop about Reese being the father of John, which I didn't see coming at all. Like, for some reason, just went right over my head. They had sex, whatever, but it just never entered my pea brain at the time that, oh my gosh, they're going to make John right here. John is being made. And I just absolutely adored this film. It became a #1 film, and then Terminator 2 came out and in 1991, and that then became my #1 film. But these two are very, very, they're like almost neck and neck. I adore the Terminator. It has aged so well. I love learning about the background stuff about how they made this and how it was kind of filmed guerrilla style. Like when he went and busted out the window of that station wagon that he stole, they didn't have the permits or permission to film that scene, but they did it anyway and then took off before they got caught and got in trouble. Like little things like that. I love, one of my favorite scenes in here is the scene in Tech Noir when he's coming into the bar and just how the timing of everything, it was so well done. She knocks her ginger ale off the table, bends down to pick it up at the exact moment he's passing by behind her, and so he can't see her because she's bent over. Then she sits up, she sees Reese, the Terminator turns around and sees her, and it's like he just enters shark mode. He just gets this look on his face, and he just starts. Oh, I love how that entire thing plays together. And yeah, I this movie has never gotten old. I wish they had not cut out one of the final scenes in the movie before it shows her in Mexico or heading down to
Mm.
Mexico. There is a scene in the movie, Lex, you wouldn't know this, but so and it ties directly into T2. I don't even know if I should say this though, Cole.
Well, I
because
think we
it's
should
kinda-
leave it, let him watch it.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Because
Wait.
we've seen it enough
Yeah.
times.
Well, I don't want to tell that scene that they cut out, which is vital to have kept it in, but maybe at the time they didn't know they were going to actually make a T2. So I'll leave that out. We'll talk about it maybe after you've seen T2, Lex.
All right.
So one of the things I want to point out too is I think they did a fantastic job in casting. Paul Winfield, Lance Hickerson, Arnold, Michael Ben, and of course Linda Hamilton. One of the characters over I guess when like I said, when getting older, I recognize was Ginger's boyfriend, Rick Rovanovich, who actually played Slider in Top Gun, Iceman.
That's right. He also played in Roxanne, I think.
Yeah, excuse me. Played Iceman's backseater. So it was really cool to see that. But the casting, I think they they did it really well, and how everyone, and of course the doctor, I can't remember his name.
Earl Bowen, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really liked how they set everything up with the cast, and like I said, growing up now, I'm learning, I'm understanding more, and you realize how everything plays out in this, why the Terminator was sent back in time, why it was critical to take out Sarah Connor, and just stuff like that was just it was really eye-wrenching, I guess, in a way, thinking, can this really happen? So these are the things, you grow up, and then of course
ask me in 3 years.
Yeah. And of course watching the deleted scenes.
Yeah.
There was one scene where they're at the ending, and I know Lex, you didn't see them, but because you just watched the movie, but yeah, there was that one ending scene that it was another ending where they were actually at Cyberdyne, and they see the chip and everything. So it was pretty cool.
Are you talking about the deleted ending?
Yeah.
So that factory where they had the battle, that was a Cyberdyne factory, and that's what that deleted scene tells you. No, I don't think so, because they made some fixes in T2 that I think elevate that movie even more. Like the stunt guy who drives off the wall down into the canal where the chase is happening, or the channel where the chase is happening. You could tell that was a stunt man because it's just very obvious. But when they re-released it in 2017, they digitally put Arnold's face on there. These are changes that I actually like. And to me, watching Terminator 84, when he's doing the operation on his face, it's so painfully obvious it's just a robotic head and a robotic arm, and I would like it to look more real. So, just kind of smooth it out a little. I'm not saying replace it completely, but I saw someone do that. Someone actually did make those fixes, and it looks so much better to me, personally.
Well, I like the practical effects, and of course that one part where you didn't like of doing Okay, so it was kind of creepy, but it was kind of cool when he sticks the X-Acto
Like
knife
this,
basically,
yeah, or
and
whatever. Yeah,
then of course,
Scalpel.
and then when you're seeing, because you don't really know anything until you see the red, the red pupil of the eye then moving around and scan, like
like what
you
he was
understand
like
this.
underneath. Yeah,
Yeah, you understand when you were scanning, searching, and looking for stuff before, but this is now okay, what is this thing? What is this diabolical, premise of a machine that's going to basically kill us all? That's how I saw it.
So,
Um,
so of course, I've
and
always seen the. You've seen the term. Everybody's seen like what the Terminator looks like. It's inescapable in just like modern pop culture
the
because it's such a
endoskeleton.
cornerstone. Yeah, it's such a like cultural touchstone. Um, like so many other things I haven't seen, but the that moment of actually seeing him like starting to like fall apart and transform into the machine skeleton thing. Wait, that's really cool because it's for me it's kind of like seeing like something that you've heard or seen your whole life, and now it's like you're finally seeing, oh, and this is where
Finally
it came
seeing it
from. It
in
came from here. This
context to
is
understand.
And so that was really cool. I don't know how I feel about I have really strong mixed feelings on the using modern technology to smooth out old practical effects. For me, sometimes I feel like a certain measure of the jank that goes with the old practical
Jank.
effects is kind of part of the experience. But I can see the argument for people who like
well,
seeing it. Get it.
Lex, it's the whole thing of, and I'm going to bring this up, but the Star Wars Special Edition, by them adding scenes to it, I like Terminator for the way it was, and I don't like this of cropping and adding scenes to something where it's already fine the way it is. So I get that, and I know with a lot of people did not like the Star Wars Special Edition because they added scenes that did not need to be added. I know they're always trying to add a backstory. So with the same thing of trying to add things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think I would want anything extra added. I'm
Right.
thinking more just smoothing things over so it doesn't look so janky.
Yeah.
The word that you use, Lex. Sometimes the jankiness bothers me. I don't like it because to me it takes me out of it because it's so obviously something that's not really this character, and I just wish it looked a little smoother. But I don't care. I still love this movie. They may never fix it, but I still love the hell out of it.
Okay, and it's funny because Jose Taco already mentioned that it's like George Lucas adding the original Star Wars movies. Yeah, so but I just wanted to
Yeah,
get
they
to
really
this
did a
one.
number on that.
Oh yeah. So Anthony Butler 4858. There are some deleted scenes where Reese is having PTSD. I remember those deleted scenes as well. Yeah, I would agree. I think that scene could have been left in because there was more of a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Were they worried about like runtime or something? Why did they cut out some of those scenes?
Back then, it's always so choppy of what you want to keep in and what you want to delete. So
I know that scene in T2, the chip removal, they removed that from the theatrical cut, which I think was a huge mistake. But James Cameron specifically said it was for timing purposes. That scene. So, as far as why they removed these other scenes that we've already talked about from the first Terminator, don't know. Maybe timing. I don't remember if I've seen him talk about those deleted scenes on the multiple DVDs and Blu-rays I have of the Terminator movie.
So this is an interesting question from Bonzo. Have we discussed how it's possible to send your father back into the past to conceive you in the first place? I don't know.
When you say possible, Bonzo, do you mean just like emotionally possible? How is it emotionally possible for him to do that knowing he's sending his father to his death? I mean, she kind of addresses that at the very end when she's making those recordings. If you don't send Kyle, you can never be. So it's this terrible, vicious loop thing that they're stuck in. He has to send him back. He has to.
Whenever it comes up to like time travel things, the more you actually start to think about it, the worse it's always going to get. So usually I try to
just go with it. Just go with it.
I try not to, because I've never seen anything that really did a time travel narrative that was able to use time travel in a super effective way that didn't leave a bunch of unanswered questions.
Yeah. Yeah, it does break your mind. I mean, if you think about it too long.
Yeah, like Procto Phil. Yeah, it sounds like a logistical nightmare because, yeah, time travel is really messy. Because if you think about it, was he actually the one to conceive, Kyle? I mean, John. You know what I mean? It's there's so many variables where it's like, what if it was somebody else she met, or was it destined that he go back to do this? Did John actually send him back in time to say, hey, listen, you got to not only protect her, but you have to mate with her so I can get born. You know what I mean?
It never indicates that he told Kyle that ever in any of the movies.
Well, it certainly didn't in the first one.
No. Not even in. I don't even think in Genesis. And they played around with that timeline quite a bit. They didn't even address it.
Yeah, and that's why I guess, what True Vincent says, to enjoy time travel movies, check your brain at the door. But sometimes it's hard because you want to dissect everything when it comes, to time travel. Like, does A go to B? Does B go to C? And
right.
Then, reverse itself.
So Anthony just addressed what we were talking about, that deleted scene. So it sounds like Cameron just didn't like the two guys. I think he should have checked his ego, left it at the door.
I say that's so petty.
Because that's a vital scene, especially when it comes to T2. I mean, yeah, it's vital. It kind of, not really, because it's sort of explained in T2, but it's cool because it completes this loop. The whole loop with Kyle creating John, then dying, then being born again years later, then fighting in this war, and John is his commander, and then he goes back again. It's like the whole thing where they find the chip at that factory. That's what sets this. I mean, it's just like, it's a really cool, crazy loop that does break your brain if you talk about it or if you think about it too long.
So just going into, I guess, some of the movie, this wasn't really Arnold's first role, but it would be his first basically mainstream, if you want to call it, role. Because I think
he did Conan before this.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, like, I watched Conan like after Terminator, but like I said, I didn't really know Arnold until Terminator, and the fact that he doesn't really say much, in just trying to figure out who his character and what his character is about, he's just this, I can almost put it off as he's a bounty hunter looking for somebody, and that's how I kind of figured out, kind of looked at it at that point, like, why is this guy, he gets somewhere, goes into a phone booth and looks up these names, and okay, he's hunting these people down. But it's just and of course now the application of why he's doing, when you first meet Kyle and when they meet, and now you know why he's there. What were your points on that?
I'm sorry, I was chatting in the chat.
No worries.
Can you rephrase that question? Sorry, I got distracted by
I
people.
guess when Arnold first arrives and
Yes.
he's looking, I thought of him as almost like a bounty
hunter.
So I'm just trying to figure out, what would you think of his, like, what did you think of him when he was like, this guy just shows up out of nowhere?
So the very first time I saw it, I honestly did not even really know. I think that when I saw it, I had forgotten the details my folks told me about this, robot from the future coming after this woman. I just kind of went with it because I was like, this is strange. He shows up, he's naked, and he just goes and looks out at the city. That's really weird. And then one of the next scenes is you see him killing those at least one of the punk guys.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah. So
God rest his soul.
Yeah, I know. So at that point you realize, okay, this guy's dangerous. And I didn't think about it as being bounty hunter or anything. I just didn't know what was going to be up with him. What was the deal? And then of course Kyle shows up and he's fighting with police officers, but he doesn't kill anybody. He never kills anybody. So that kind of those are hints, those are very clear hints to you, the difference between these two characters. However, it's not really made clear who's good and who's bad until Tech Noir happens, because she sees Kyle on the side of the, on the sidewalk as she's walking down the street, and she's freaked out because she knows that someone's killing Sarah Connors all over the city. So it still sort of leaves it a little bit, well, we don't know, but we've seen, actually, we seen, no, I don't think we'd seen him kill Ginger yet, had we, when she sees Kyle? Had we seen that happen yet? I don't remember now.
Yes. No, no, he's yeah, because the next time it's at, he hasn't yet, because when Kyle meets up with her, it's at that bar. And then
she sees him.
She
sees him she has just left the pizza place. She's seen that the second Sarah Connor has been killed, and she's freaked out. So she's walking down the sidewalk, and she passes by Kyle, and he looks suspicious because he's eyeballing her. And then she goes into Tech Noir.
Yeah.
Then the next time you see Kyle is when the Terminator's there, and she sees Kyle, but Terminator hasn't come in yet. She's a little freaked out because there's that strange guy again. The first time she met Kyle, I couldn't remember if he'd already killed Ginger. So you as the audience member, you already know then that he's not good, but Sarah does not know. She's scared of Kyle.
Well, it's right in there at about the same time, because she goes into Tech Noir and she calls.
She calls from Tech Noir. That's right.
She calls Ginger from there, and that's like concurrent, like nearly concurrent with them actually all get, because while she calls, Ginger's already dead, and so that's why it plays on the voicemail, and the Terminator, who's at the house at the time, hears it, and that's how he knows where to go get her.
That's how he knows he got the wrong person, because he thought Ginger was Sarah when he killed her. He just assumed that was her, and then Sarah calls. Yeah, timing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I knew he went to the apartment before he went to the club. I couldn't remember if when she saw Kyle, which is before the club scene happens, I couldn't remember if when she saw Kyle, if Ginger had already been killed or not. Like, in other words, maybe was it a little murky to the audience still that who was good and who was bad? But we've already seen Terminator kill multiple people. We saw him kill the guy at the gun shop. We saw him kill the punk rockers. And then, of course, before he shows up at the bar, we see him kill Ginger. So it's clear to the audience, not to her yet. She hasn't figured it out.
So, Lex, what would you have thought when what was your mindset? Because you already know what the Terminator is about, but what was your mindset from when, he touches down, like he basically gets to pass Earth? What was your interpretations of it?
So, of course, I already know he's a machine, and so I already have the expectation of he's going to be like a, single-minded, programmed, like one focus type character, and he is single-minded
Mm-hmm.
the whole time. Which I mean, I guess that colors the whole expectation for me. Is I know what his mission is already because it's like I said, you can't spoil this 40-year-old movie that's such a cultural milestone. You know why he's there. You know what his
Yeah.
job is, and so
Yeah.
it's just like, yep, there he goes. I was a little surprised that a movie and maybe this just tells you how little I know about movies from the 80s, but I was surprised at the fact that they had him that like naked that much on screen, and I was like, okay, I guess because I always just thought the superabundance of male nudities I always attribute to being more of a modern thing in Hollywood, not. But,
No, they showed butts back in the 80s too.
well, having seen
In the
no
70s as
films
well.
from back then, I don't know that.
You can even see more than his butt in the first one when he's walking up to the punk rockers.
That's true.
You can see things swinging in the shadows. So,
yeah. It's seeing some of those lines also that he says throughout the film. I don't know if they were intended to be funny, but they do come off as slightly humorous to me now, partially because they're
which ones?
Lines like your clothes when he gets to them.
Oh, your clothes. Give them to me now.
The iconic "I'll be back." Where he says wrong and then just shoots the guy. Like all those things. It's like, oh, it's.
So I didn't find those lines funny. I found it funny when he says to the guy banging on his door at the hotel, and he's like got a list of curse words.
Yes.
In his vocabulary.
That was
when
so
he said
good.
that was funny to me. The whole thing about the "I will be back." So some behind the scenes stuff about that created some. So Arnold and James Cameron, they butted heads on that line because Arnold was he saw in the script it says "I'll be back," and Arnold's thought was, well, look, he's a robot. He's not going to be talking. He's going to be talking, full sentences, very robotic. "I will be back," Also, it was hard for Arnold in his thick Austrian accent to say I'll be back. So that was also part of it. But James Cameron was like, no. He just refused to let Arnold do it the way Arnold wanted to. And Arnold now admits, yeah, he was right. I'm glad he, pushed back against me on that. But I always think about that when I see that line now, when I see him say that.
I always like, that part.
Nice night for a walk.
Yeah. But that one part when he's searching for the curse word,
Yes.
He's doing a combination.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because he's trying to figure out the one. But it was funny though. There was the one scene when he's leaving the hotel room, and he has the shotgun and the machine gun in his hand, and he walks out, and there's the black homie that walks by, and he just says, "Damn."
Yeah.
And
He
it's
walks
just
out
like,
of a room, sees him, damn, like goes back inside. I laughed so hard.
He's like all armed up.
So it's one of those things. Is just like how in a lot of movies where the black guys just they don't want to know anything about white people's business. So that was one of the scenes that I have always laughed at because it's true. It's just like, what, this guy has weapons. I don't want nothing to do with them.
Yep. He's focused. Don't get in his way.
That is none of my business. Bye. I did find it interesting because watching it on Amazon, it gives me little notes as it goes by of like trivia and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that when Terminator gets hit by the cop car, that the cop who hit him,
yes,
and then like phones it in. I learned that was the co-writer of the film, which I thought was neat. That he gets put in there.
Yes, and he shows up in the second film too. And
Okay, I
apparently,
did not know
according
that.
to, yes, he's the guy that's taking the picture when one of the characters goes through the glass at the mall. And James Cameron said that is supposed to be the same character.
Mm,
Hence the look on his face when he
okay.
sees this event happen.
Anyway,
No.
I thought that was really interesting that they gave the co-writer a cameo.
Little small part. Yeah, I've known that for a long, long time. These are little bits of trivia that I found out by listening to the audio commentaries about these movies, which I always enjoy listening to.
Oh, nice. So because this came out in '84,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I really like the casting of this, especially of Paul Winfield and Lance Hickerson. They're in the police station. They're questioning Kyle. They're they're just smoking up a storm with cigarettes. Um, and of course, and you don't see Lance Hickerson until Aliens, but you know, uh, just just him. Just the way they were as cops. I just thought they did a really good job in acting, and because I don't think I've seen Lance before in anything. Well, I was a kid, but I mean like
Oh,
afterwards when I'm watching, no, because I watching a
did
lot of
you see
'80s.
Pumpkinhead?
No, I didn't.
Ah, okay.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Oh, did you see Near Dark?
No,
Oh, oh, you should watch that. It's a good one. Pretty good
I'll
one.
put it on the list. So, but yeah, and it's funny because and Lex and a lot of people in chat will know that I play a lot of video games like Modern Warfare,
You
and
do?
yeah, you're a funny guy. But Lance Hickerson is he's one of the characters in Modern Warfare 2 in the
No.
campaign. So he plays General Shepard. So and because
He
when
sounds
you
trustworthy.
yeah, when you hear his voice and he's talking, he goes, "Hey, I know that guy." Then you see the credits and everything, and it's him. So, he plays the one of the main bad. Well, I wouldn't call him bad, but he has his motive. So it was pretty cool seeing him in there. And then of course I really liked Paul Winfield's character because he was been in a lot. Um,
I
so
liked his whole vibe. Like he was just so jaded. He just came across as someone who was just kind of tired of the whole thing, very cynical about everything.
mhm.
He treated Lance's character kind of rude sometimes, but Lance's character just sat there and took it because he just like I don't know, he was a little wimpy at times.
Yeah.
But their dynamic was funny. I did like when they were on screen.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought the
great.
interview.
Go ahead.
I thought the whole scene of them interviewing, like of Kyle being interviewed, I thought that was actually really well done. And then like as they're reviewing the videotape and the commentary and all that, I thought that was actually a really good scene.
Yeah, you talking about the crazy things that Lance Henriksen's character would say?
Yes.
He was funny.
They're just like, I could make a character out of this guy. I'm just like,
He always had
fun
these crazy
meta.
little things that he would throw out there about it, about the situation. And then the psychiatrist guy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Also really good.
Yes. James Cameron
The-
talked about him in some of the commentaries, audio commentaries, and he was talking about how well he plays such a smarmy, snarky sort of character. Like just his whole face, his whole presence, his aura, his everything. I don't know. He was good. Sorry,
As
you were starting to say something.
as he's sitting there, it's like commenting, I love this. It doesn't require
Yeah.
any evidence whatsoever. I'm just like, honestly, it's better that way because the more, again, back to something I heard you said earlier, the more you try to explain how time travel works, the worse it always gets. So the fact that it's like there's like they were willing to just kind of throw that one out there, I was like, all right, actually makes sense.
And just going back, Paul Winfield, because I really you know, because I'm a big fan of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, and he played Captain Terrell on the USS Reliant. So that was pretty cool. All right, Lex. In order to be from Enigma, all right, Lex. In order to become a true movie junkie, you'll now have to walk around asking for a plasma rifle in gun shops. Otherwise, it's not legit. I always
feel like
found
if
that
I-
scene funny. Because when he asked for that specific weapon, it's just like, we don't carry such a thing. Maybe in Robotech or you know, Transformers or something like that, but not here.
It was funny that the gun shop owner seemed to just take that question in stride, and just kept on moving. Although I feel like if I said that in to respond to that, I feel like if I went to a gun shop and I said that, they would probably not hand me a shotgun.
Just bring this one up. Anthony, Cyns fair enough. Just like the character and thought it was rounded out his arc, but yeah, it doesn't impact the movie at all. So
he's talking about a deleted scene.
Okay.
Yeah. How Paul Winfield's character said something about how he needed to protect Sarah or Sarah needed to live or something like that. I never really liked that scene because I don't know that he'd really been. It just that scene didn't feel very organic to the story. So.
Yeah, basically judging
when asked like what else he wants, and his just response is just all.
Yeah, hey, just what you see, buddy. Because it was just one of those things where it's like, you know, what. So obviously he has a database, you know, being a Terminator of all these weapons in his in his processor in his memory. So it was pretty cool how he was able to just come up with these where he can go right into his database and just pull these out. So it was pretty ironic at the time for a movie because there wasn't really anything like Terminator back then. Because I was just trying to think. Like, I know there was a couple movies, you know, regarding like artificial intelligence or something like that. There was, you know, there was War Games. There was Colossus, the Forbin Project, stuff like that. But now you got this. Well, you know what? There was Demon Seed. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie, but you know, basically a robot intelligence. But like with this, you know, for what James Cameron's vision of, you know, having this, I guess, this vision of where machines take over basically machines taking over the planet. So,
Yeah, the it a kind of a big theme of like in the future guys are going to take over. They will, but I don't know. Trying to thinking back through the movie since it's still just literally so fresh in my mind. If you want, I'm interested in maybe talking about some of like talking about the horror elements and like that skeletal machine. That, I could totally see how that would be something that if you're watching that as a kid, it's going to like haunt you. Especially that concept of it just won't quit, and so it even in that final scene, it's crawling. It's like literally crawling over Kyle to get to her, and that, and because it's like a machine, a metal skeleton. There's something very visceral about that aesthetic with the most like, you know, iconic burning evil red eyes.
Yeah.
Also, another one of the little trivia details that I saw was that when it does get squished by the press, and it starts smoking, that's actually cigarette smoke. that they used to get that effect of it, like doing that, which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
punching through that door.
well, and it's like I said, when I first saw it as a kid, I was frightened. That was the horror aspect for me because I was frightened of like when he first appears as this robot, and the one part where he's like basically doing that like slow-mo move chasing them into the factory. It was just like get away because you don't want any part of that. So but as you get older, you don't think about those things now because it's just like, oh, it's special effects. But that's how I looked at it. And for that time it was pretty well done. The special effects. I think that James Cameron did I don't know who did the special effects, but I think they I think they're it's funny because there was a lot of B movies that came out in the late 80s that kind of focused on like there was like Nemesis and these fake Terminator style movies where they couldn't even come close to what he did in 1984.
That is funny. There is that scene where he's punching through the door, which is of course terrifying. You could briefly see actually one of the puppeteers in it if you're looking closely. I noticed, but those types of things don't really bother me. Like I said earlier, I don't really mind the dated effects because for me that's having never seen something like that before, watching things that are older than me, it's like, yeah, but you gotta I don't find it difficult to just kind of push past that and be like, nope, this is like looks good to me. It's timely, so that doesn't bother me at all.
Well, interesting here. Our last call mentioned, yes, I keep referring Demon Seed, and I've seen Demon Seed actually freaked me out when I was a kid because I think I saw that later, like maybe after Terminator, but Demon Seed kind of freaked me out, especially the ending of that in Terminator and War Games. Nobody listened to the warnings. War Games, same thing. They basically War Games came out in '83, where they basically put the U.S. Basically the Pentagon put the defense of the nation, let the computers let the computer called Whopper take command of everything. So
I
maybe
haven't
that's
seen any of those.
so War Games is that's with Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
You would probably like that. That's something similar. Instead of having it's basically almost the same concept. It's basically putting U.S. U.S. military under command of a computer.
Didn't they basically just do that in Mission Impossible like last year?
Yeah.
Did the second one of that ever come out? I remember the first one.
Wait.
Yeah, it came out.
Last year it came out.
Yeah.
Last year was the second one.
I never went to see that. I saw the first one, the first half in theater. I did not go see the second half.
Not spoiling, but Nedram is asking, does this movie complement T2?
Terminator, the first Terminator?
Yeah.
Compliment? They work very well together, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you see the character arc of Sarah. That's one of the coolest things about T2, her performance in there.
Because I thought, it was like the whole thing of, I thought Linda Hamilton played a very great role playing Sarah Connor.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
And it's funny because, you hear like Jennifer Lawrence saying how she was the first action star, but I thought this one did pretty well. I thought it was a perfect movie for her in this, because I think this would have been again the first movie I saw her in.
Yeah, she was I the only reason she only agreed to come back for T2 if Cameron made her crazy. That's what she said. And she played that part pretty well, even though we as the audience, we know she's not crazy. Everybody around her doesn't know that, though. So I thought she pulled that off very well. He did say something in the audio commentary for T2 that people commented most often on her physical changes, because she does go through a very noticeable physical transformation from the first movie to the second. And he felt that she didn't get enough appreciation or admiration for her character's mental and emotional transformation and how well she pulled that off. And I thought she's perfect in both of these movies, especially the second one, because you see what happened to her character. Because the second one is years later, you see the position she's in, the situation she's in, what it's done with the relationship between her and John. So yeah, very good. She's a great actress.
Do you because I know, and of course it's for spoilers, because the Sarah Connor Chronicles, the TV series,
Yeah.
which Lex, I know you wouldn't have seen, but doesn't even. They really did they changed the story up.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I remember that I really enjoyed it, even though it didn't have Linda Hamilton in it. I thought it was good for what it was. But I don't always remember this show. I was bummed that it was canceled. I feel like I want to go back and rewatch it.
What was it, 2 or 3 seasons?
2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ended it after 2 seasons.
Last call was just saying, actually put War Games next to Doctor Strange. Love Force warn you, rightly so. And how stupid, dangerous, or deep state really is a fiction. Accurate. Yeah, it's basically putting computers in charge of things, and that was the whole thing.
I did see Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, you have?
Wow.
I can't believe this.
You saw a Stanley Kubrick
more
movie.
than once.
The line
Genuinely
always,
funny.
Yeah, well, I always like that line. You can't fight in here. This is a war room.
Yeah, it's genuinely a funny movie.
Yeah, and did you know, Lex? They were supposed to, at the ending. They were supposed to have a big pie fight, and
that might have been a bit much.
Yeah, that instead of having all the nukes go off, they were supposed to do a big pie fight. Let's see, Enigma saying, should I make a big spoiler about the entire idea of Terminator? No, because Lex hasn't seen Terminator 2.
Hadn't seen the second one, yeah.
So, which we all have.
Multiple times for me.
Multiple times.
I'm going to go see it again when it comes to theaters. It's coming to theaters again this year for the 35th anniversary.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I would highly advise watching it in theaters. The only downside to that is they do not have a very important scene in the theatrical edition that they cut it out. I think that was a huge mistake. But it doesn't...
Is T2 the one that has the iconic, going into lava thumbs up scene?
Yes.
I mean, I've seen that image, but I
have a shirt. I have a shirt with that image on it.
Right, because that's one of those iconic memes.
It's very
of the
iconic.
Film.
Best thumbs up ever. I love it.
But I don't know any of the context for it.
Yeah.
You will know by the time you're done. I can't wait for you to watch this one.
And Darth Yeager saying Terminator and Sarah Connor Chronicles was a great piece of lost sci-fi TV.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
And Black Cat says there are 2 Terminator movies. I agree. I didn't mind, and of course, Lex, you'll watch them. I like Terminator Salvation.
That's probably one of the strongest sequels after T2. just because
Yeah.
of the timeline that it takes place in. I have a real problem with the whole lack of anti-rejection medication, given what
Yeah.
happened to a character at the end.
Yeah.
That bothers me still. Kind of wish that had been done a little differently, but it's not terrible. It's
No.
not awful.
No. And of course I actually saw Genesis in the theater.
I did too.
I did not like that. And then I didn't watch Dark Fate, so I am
Dude.
good.
Dark Fate is the only Terminator movie that made me angry. Like, Genesis isn't good, but I still had fun with it. Whatever, I just went with it. Even though I thought Emilia Clarke was a terrible Sarah Connor, some of the stuff they did in there, I just, but some of the stuff they did in there I thought was kind of fun and funny. But Dark Fate, I refuse to watch that movie ever again. What a waste!
Yeah.
What a waste! They brought Arnold and Linda back together, and what they did, are you kidding me?
Is that the new one?
Yes, it's the
Yeah,
one that
the
came
latest
out
one.
a few years ago. I'm still very angry. I will not add it to my collection. I will not ever watch it again. I hate that movie so much.
I have no intention of watching it.
Do not watch it. It's terrible.
If I never watch it, I don't even have to pretend that it doesn't exist.
That's right.
It just doesn't to me.
It just doesn't.
Okay, I got one for you, Sin. So Terminator 3, what was it, Rise of the Machines?
Yes.
Yeah. So the deleted scene where Arnold has an American hillbilly
Oh, Sergeant
accent.
Candy?
Sergeant Candy.
Candy. I'm Sergeant Candy.
And then where the guy says, we got to do something of the voice. And then the one guy beside him says, we can fix it in Arnold's voice.
Yeah.
So
I know.
It's kind of interesting how, they're using the face, but they're using that guy's voice.
I know. It was a crazy, silly, gag scene is really what it came across as.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting how that was gonna, and then about how these things were gonna progress. But yeah, I think Terminator 3 was.
Yeah, it was like a rehash of T2. I didn't really add anything super significant. I mean, it's fine if you want to watch it, but I really don't even think about the other Terminator movies besides Salvation when I think of the Terminator films.
Brian's just saying, wasn't it wokeified? Dark Fate, yeah, it was.
Kind of, yes. Yeah. There was stuff in there that I didn't appreciate as far as some messaging, what they did with the character of John, and just the whole character of that other chick. I can't remember what her name was. I don't even care. But they basically made her like John and Sarah Connor. They made her like replacement John and Sarah Connor characters. It was stupid. It was dumb.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna go to the reviews here. So I just put in. Actually, let me just go.
I don't even think I've posted a review for this.
Yeah, I just did.
List.
I just did one, so I just put. I think Terminator was the first R-rated movie I saw. My brother rented it. I liked it a lot, and it was one of those movies that I was terrified as young of the robot, but loved the movie over all the years. I got older and understood it more. I think two is great sequel, and that's all you needed. So, but I gave it a 91.
That is too low, Cole. It should be 100. No, I'm teasing.
Yeah, you know what? I could have given it 100, but I think 91 was high enough.
It's a nice score.
Well, hey, Krista gave it a 90. Krista Nova gave it a 95.
95? Yeah, okay, nice.
She
liked it.
Okay. She just watched it for the very first time and loved it.
Lucky girl.
So much action and mystery. It gave me a horror movie vibes, which I really liked. This movie really holds up well, so I was very entertained. Also, I saw Arnold's PP in the beginning. I screamed.
That's right. Yeah.
So
You know what was interesting about watching this on the big screen for the first time 2 years ago when it came back for the 40th anniversary was the sound. Like when you're watching it at home, even on earbuds or just watching it on a big TV, you don't pick up on some of the more subtle sounds that are actually there when you're in a big theater and you got the speakers all around. For the first time ever, I could hear very distinctive clank of the chains on his boots.
Oh yeah.
When he walked, I could hear that. I can't necessarily pick that up as much when I'm watching it at home. But in the theater, it was very distinctive. And I
noticed that.
You noticed that?
I thought that was good. At first, I couldn't tell is that him be like sounding robotic because he's walking, and I was like, now I remember what his outfit is.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny that Robot from Future comes back, takes Punk's clothing, and continues to wear Punk's gloves. Even I was just like, why?
Yeah.
Why? But okay.
So, Lex, what would you give it?
Part of my rating has to take into just the fact of how significant of a movie it is. I can't divorce my opinion on the movie from the fact that I know how much of a cultural milestone it is. So, which I think is a good thing. I think it's cool. I would say I would put it in the A range, so 90 to 100, somewhere in there. It's a classic that everyone should see, just because everyone's heard quotes from it and all of that, and it's just kind of one of those things you gotta see it. But even then, it's fun, it's cool. Yeah, it's got some good horror elements in there. That the Terminator is scary. It just is. Even if it is kind of jank puppet, it's still just like that thing that when it's coming through that door, when it's crawling,
when it reaches through. Yeah, I know.
And
yeah,
I'm just like, ooh, yeah, that's good. There's something that skeletal, mechanical hybrid there, the cyborg that they call it. I did love that by the way, the describing, well, why can the cyborg come back? Because it's wrapped in living tissue. It's like, okay. Yeah, 90 to 100. It's one of those things, like I said, its visuals are great. Its plot, I don't think it has an extremely complicated plot and doesn't need one. The soundtrack is not the type of thing that I think anyone's going to sit down and just listen to. But
I have the
anyone
soundtrack.
Except for you. That said, it fits the vibe, so that's how I feel.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just bring this up quickly. Projectile. It says, Lex, interesting idea, but wouldn't the rating system inherently limit the quality of modern movies? Is it hard to make an impact given the sheer amount that are coming out?
No, it's hard to make an impact because everything that's coming out is buns.
Yeah.
There's a certain. I guess what I'm wanting to acknowledge is I have a certain preset bias going into a movie like Terminator, where I'm expecting to like it. I can't really go into it blind. I'm vaguely aware of the plot line in general, and then also the fact that it's everywhere. Everyone's heard of it. Everyone except for me has seen it. It's there. I take that into it. Definitely colors the fact I had high expectations and I enjoyed it. So
I'm glad you liked it. I figured you would.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a great movie. it's one of Arnold, and I like because I like Arnold. It was one of the first ones I've seen. I didn't see like I know, yeah, Conan came out before, and I watched it after, but it was just one of those great ones. So I really enjoyed it. Um, okay, just one sec.
So the question for you, Cyn, is do I wait to watch Terminator 2 until it's in theater? Or do I watch it beforehand and so we can talk about it sooner?
So, I don't know exactly when it's coming out in theaters. I would say experience it on the big screen, personally. But I don't know, number one, when it's coming out, like I said, and how widely it will be in your area. I guess that's something we can talk about.
I live in a big city.
I mean, watching it on the big screen, yeah, that's going to be so, because the score and the action, oh my gosh.
And that's what you want. You always, like, I felt bad, like, okay, and I saw T2 on the big screen, so it's a movie you have to watch. I think
agree. Hopefully it'll be soon. I mean, it'd be cool if it came like around its actual anniversary in July. Maybe.
Just send you something in the private chat. Oh, okay. So you got that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay, so
was
here
it when I was away.
Yeah. So there's a $10 super chat from Anthony Butler.
Oh, Anthony, he was the one that was in the chat earlier.
Yeah. 10 British pounds, as Gary would say, proper money. At Sin, thanks for the stream and for your time. Good night.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There, I see it now. Maybe if he just did it, that's if you're still here, Anthony, I thought that he left a while back.
I think so. It may have just popped up.
Oh, okay. That's very kind. Thank you very much. And I missed that other comment that you popped up just now.
Oh,
someone agreed with me?
Misa. I agree with Sin. It makes so much
absolutely
makes it so much better.
Yeah. For sure.
And then get it on Blu-ray and watch it now. It's effing awesome. There you go, Sin. There you go, Lex.
Now Lex is going to be torn. I do, though, highly advise big screen.
Yeah.
Especially for your first time.
You're a toad. So I think, I think that was a pretty good review on the Terminator. And then next we are going into I gotta say, I think this is my favorite movie.
Universal Soldier?
Universal Soldier.
Okay.
So I remember I was out, and I know Lex, you just watched this, but I'll just throw up my little thing. I remember I was out with a buddy of mine, and I can't remember, but I was at home. I think I was at his place or my place, but we saw the trailer for Universal Soldier, and I was just like, "What is this?" You got Jean-Claude Van Damme and you got Dolph Lundgren, and I'm just like, this looks so cool. And you basically, because this is 1992, you got like two of the biggest stars in Hollywood, in one movie. It's like when we talk about, I'm a big Contra guy, the NES game. Always wanted a Contra game, and they always said, everyone always said out there, it should be Schwarzenegger and Stallone to play the two, Lance and Bill. Those were the guys for Contra. So when you got when you got Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme in this one epic movie, I was just so ready for this. So I remember we went to the theater and we saw this for the first time, and I'm just like, this is cool. Now we're not it's not really cyborgs, but it's just it's basically, U.S. military soldiers with basically some robotics and electronics that are inside of them. So
Do they have electronics inside them?
They have some stuff, not a whole lot.
Okay.
But there's the one scene where they're pulling the tracker out of his leg, and
yeah, that's right. Yeah, right.
So because they're basically enhanced humans, so and they got to use that special serum. So because they always talked about there is some sort of bringing them back to life. So I remember, they were cyborgs, as Black Cat was saying. So because I remember I remember reading some of the backstory. It was one of the Bibles, and it said they had some electronic some, because they're cyborgs, but they had some electronic parts inside of them. So Lex, you seeing this for the first time, because me and I'll get Cyns. What did you think of this?
Yes. So I quite literally just watched it. In fact, the stream, the reason why this for the chat, the reason why the stream started a few minutes late is because I was finishing the movie. Credits started and I hit enter the stream in the backstage. So that's how fresh it was. It is in my mind.
Nice. It's super fresh.
I thought, so the first thing that comes to mind thinking about it is just the fight scenes, which are so, they're really fun. I really enjoy them. I think they're really well done. As I said earlier, the next thing that comes to mind is the funny thought I had of just, it's a good thing that both these films have such a prominent character that's acting like a machine, or like still trying to figure out what does it even mean to be human. Because I was like, man, these actors are nailing that. The premise of like, hey, we're gonna resurrect. It's basically a secret program to resurrect soldiers that have been frozen for like 25 years. Actually, for exactly 25 years. And then as they wake up, the two main ones basically quickly revert back to the last like memory and feeling that they had while they were still alive. So Van Damme's character, Devereaux, just wants to go home, and the character of Scott goes back to making ear necklaces. Which of course is I've seen that before in like other films where they like, it's a necklace of ears, and that's kind of a trope. Is this one of the first examples? Because I don't know.
No, I can't remember the movie they did it in, but there was another movie that they did that. I just can't remember what it was. But
I've seen it before too, but I also don't remember.
Anyway, the character of Scott, as he like steadily seems to like go crazier, but also just like become more and more himself. It almost felt like halfway through the film. I've never seen that movie either. It almost seemed like halfway through the film, it's like all of a sudden, oh, he actually does have a personality, and like starts having quips and gets more sarcastic and whatnot. And whereas it's kind of funny, but like Devereaux's character almost doesn't really seem to have the same, at least as much of an animated personality, to me. Let me see. Just the fight scene, especially like how that the fight scene culminates getting like impaled, but he's still alive. I thought that was really funny. Not funny, but like just like one of those like jump scare moments that felt similar to some of the vibe of what was going on with the Terminator to me. Having watched them both for the first time on the same day, the kind of like, I can see some similarities going on between these two movies is going to be really present for me. I'm still impressed with Van Damme's like kicks, all his kicks. That's
Yep.
oh, and I guess the last comment I have to make is it's the comment I made while I was still watching the movie when I told Sid, I was like, I've seen 2 out of 2 of Van Damme's movies I've seen so far. Show me his butt. Is that a theme? And she's like, yes.
What was the other one again? Did you even say what the other one was that you had seen his butt in?
It was the last movie you made me watch.
The last movie I made you watch?
Yeah, I think. I have to scroll back because I have forgotten.
Wow, I'm
the name.
drawing a complete blank on what that was.
We just talked about it, and I can't remember it either.
A Jean-Claude Van Damme movie I made you watch. Was it Replicant?
Yes.
I don't remember him showing his butt in Replicant though.
Was it Bloodsport?
No, it was a fighting game. Fighting film, obviously.
Oh, it wouldn't have been one I made you watch. Maybe Cole.
I thought it was for this. I thought it was for this show.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna.
I can't remember.
When I see it.
I don't remember him showing his butt in Time Cop.
No. Wait, I think I may have bought it, so I can
Okay,
check.
I didn't make you watch it. So.
Was it that one? No. Okay, well, belay that. I'll tell you in a second when I find it on Amazon because I think that's where I watched it.
Okay.
As we say in class, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so Cyn, what did you think of Universal Soldier?
So I really enjoy Universal Soldier. I don't like it as much as the Terminator, obviously. Nothing's really going to beat that except T2. But I enjoyed the differences between the two characters, the Dolph Lundgren character and Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, and how as he became more or started to transition back to being more human, he kind of showed himself as someone who was innocent and just very simple. You know, like not dumb. He's a little backward, because he's been dead for so long, is not even really aware of what's been going on around him, but just very innocent and childlike almost.
I was mistaken. It wasn't for y'all's show. It was for Lieutenant Giratina's show that I went on where we were talking about Lionheart.
Oh, Lionheart, yeah.
Lionheart. Okay, yes. Okay. I was like, I did not remember telling you to watch a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
I was mistaken. I got people. Everybody has to be watching movies because I haven't seen any. So
yeah. So for me, Lex and Cyn, I'll tell you because that opening scene in Vietnam was okay. Yeah, and I'm remembering now Apocalypse Now with the ears, and I actually so when they're saying Pac-Man ice, I'm just like, okay, well, because the beginning of the movie is just like, okay, well, it's like this movie's over because they're dead.
Yeah, they both killed each other.
So it's like, what's going on now? Seeing the trailer was a little different because I can't remember. I remember seeing the trailer and I remember I really liked it, but that was like so long ago. But then when you watch it, but it was just like when now I'm watching this movie, they kill each other at the beginning. So what's happening next? And then and just there's spoilers if you haven't seen it, like Lex, but and then them waking up with these basically cybernetic eye devices, and the one part where they're running down when they jump
that
up the
dam?
Yeah.
You talking about, yeah, and they're, I saw a copy of this movie where in that scene they were playing a score or parts of a score that had been in Terminator 2.
Yes, that's right.
But it's not on the copy I have on DVD. They removed it.
Oh, okay. So I have the original DVD when it came out, so I got to go back and listen to it. But
okay.
Oh, and funny thing is on this movie is so to generate some some spice at the premiere launch. Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren had an actual physical, altercation, but they basically called each other up and said, let's do something where this was all staged.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about this.
They basically staged
A
you
fight?
know a fight, not like but getting into each other's face and just going at it like
Oh my gosh.
they were angry at each other. So that was all staged because Van Damme and Lundgren both said later, yeah, we talked about that. We wanted to get some intriguement out of this at the red carpet at the premiere. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's so funny.
Because that's something you don't see. But yeah, I get from start to finish, I really enjoyed that movie. So, and some of the actors who played some of the soldiers, there was Tiny Lester. He was, I can't remember his name in Friday.
Is he the one that was? Is he the one that was in ice in the trunk when the reporter took his picture? That guy wasn't that guy?
That's Ralph Moeller.
Wasn't he in Gladiator?
Yeah, he was in Gladiator,
okay.
and he was also in Best of the Best too.
Okay.
He played Brackus. Tiny Lester was the black guy, the tall black guy. He was in Friday. Yeah, Debo. That's right. He was in Friday. He was in a whole bunch of other stuff. I thought you had the what's her name?
The reporter lady. She played in a TV show I used to really like.
Yeah.
I really liked her character.
Yeah, her character was great. But I really liked the like the one part I loved was in when they were in the grocery store and GR44 GR76, Ralph Moeller's character grabs the piece of
meat,
steak, the raw meat,
eating it. Yeah,
starts eating it, and I love this movie from start to finish. And Lex, to your question, when because in the video game on the NES game Universal Soldier, Scott actually survives because basically the stuff in him kind of grows. It kind of grows back, and then you have to. Ali Walker, that's right.
Yep.
They kind of grow back in the video game. So, but I love that movie from start to finish, especially when they're using the serum, and they're just they just flipped off the top and just jab themselves in it just to get that super strength.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love every aspect of that movie.
I did enjoy the grocery store scene because I love Scott's character going on this just like unhinged rant about the war that's been over for like 25 years to a group of people who have no idea.
His brain is. Yeah, I like that they touched on this damaging psychological effects that war can have on soldiers, because you see that represent. I mean, he's lost his mind. Maybe he always was a little crazy and the war just kind of helped bring it out. But the war seems like the war caused this in him. And he was upset that he had this little speech when he's arguing with Van Damme at the beginning. Something like, you want to forget this all happened? Like everything they had been through. You just want to pretend it didn't even happen. Just go back to normal. That's not possible because of everything they'd been through.
Yeah, and because the PTSD comes back.
Yeah,
and they're basically it's now good versus evil, right? There's the one scene I did love, and Lex, you tell me what you thought of this, is when they're in the hotel and he's busting through walls.
And then to get to the last one, she's like, well, knock it down.
Yeah.
She thought he could just barrel right through that one too.
Well, I thought that was cool. I don't know. What do you think, Lex?
Well, yes, I did. I did think it was cool. It's up there with me though, when he starts pushing the car, and then you just see the speed gauge, and they're going like over 30 miles an hour or something, and it's just him pushing the car. And
Yeah.
also, his character in general is so laconic in a way that I find very amusing, where it's just like one sentence answers for literally everything.
Yeah.
So, and then of course there's the fight in the diner.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love that fight.
I just want to eat.
I just want to eat.
Yeah.
He really liked that food.
Yeah, but even when they're the argument between the colonel and the doctors, and they're saying, do you really think the Pentagon would let us regenerate dead soldiers for this program, and you figured, okay, somebody had the idea back in the Vietnam War to, hey, we're gonna set up this program so we can regenerate dead soldiers to fight in our battles. So, and it's a little, I guess, when you think about the whole Terminator and everything and how that goes, it's basically almost the same concept. And then how Scott basically, his character rebels, and now he's on a fight, but who knows how far he could have took this, because I know in the bad second one, Universal Soldier Returns, with Goldberg, because he was in that, they basically had more Universal Soldiers, and I'm not talking about the adapted to TV ones. And then there was, I think, Day of Reckoning, where they brought Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren back because they were cloned. Well, no, not Dolph Lundgren. Sorry, not Van Damme's character, Luke, but
A clone of.
they cloned of Scott.
Oh, okay.
And they had that big fight at the end. But I thought the premise was fantastic, because this was Mario. What was it, Kozar, who did this movie. He's the same guy who did Rambo, because the intro for the Clerico company was basically Stallone. I think that company that did Rambo and First Blood and all these movies, Cliffhanger and stuff like that. But I like the premise of this movie. I think it was pretty cool. And the one thing I really liked is when they're in the chambers where it's like minus like 50, because they have to keep cool. And of course that one, in that one scene where Ali Walker's character is like, oh yeah, look, I'm gonna take these pictures of this dead body, and he slowly rises up,
opens his eyes.
Her
reaction.
I thought that was really, really cool. And but this is a movie I just really love Universal Soldier.
I love the comedy too that's woven in here. Just the little moments, like especially, well, several times revolving around her character. Like the scene you've already mentioned when he's pushing the car, and she's sitting there. I think, hadn't she just lit up or something? She was
yes.
and the car got, and she just like flew. And then the other scene where they've like stolen the car from the couple in the hotel room or whatever, and she's like making apologies to them, and he just grabs her and yanks her.
I said, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't. He just yank. But also then the plot about her smoking and him reading the pack that says,
and he could
this is bad. He takes it from her.
And even in the beginning when she's rushing onto the scene, I when I was rewatching it, I made a note about this. I like the chaos of her getting there late. She's got the cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She's got her shades on, and she's getting all prepped for the camera. And they had to remind her to take her shades off, and she still had her cigarette hanging in her mouth. And then she took it out, and then she's just all professional in front of the camera. And when right before that, she just been like a ball of chaotic energy. I really like her character in here. And then when he's telling her to find the tracker. Yeah, he's telling her to find the tracker, and he says, just feel for something hard.
And he's
I
like,
love
"Is
that.
that supposed to be there?"
Oh, yeah. And then looking straight down says, "Is that supposed to be there?" She goes, "Yes, that's normal."
That's funny. And he bends down between his legs and
Yeah,
gosh, can you imagine the view
but
from her angle?
it's funny too because even the one scene when he first strips and he walks out and the hotel manager and his mom is like,
They're watching.
and it's like you gotta, and she turns around, and is like, "What are you doing?"
Of course, the mom has a look on her face, and
Yeah,
the owner
and
looks
then
at her and just goes, "Shame."
Shame on you. And then he's looking too.
And then what's funny is like, "What's she doing with all that ice? I better call the police."
She's hauling all this ice. And then when she sits down on the waterbed, I don't know, like little stupid moments
Yeah.
like that.
And then
I
of
really
course,
like that.
he gets with the one scene where Scott is in the car, and then they hit the brakes, and he goes flying. Scott goes flying out,
Right out, yeah.
and then she's like, "Oh, he should have had his seatbelt
Buckled
on."
up, yeah.
Yeah, there's some genuinely funny little quips in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's an all-round great movie of,
Thank you.
not only action, but you get your little quips of comedy, um, and of course you get some of the serious parts with, even in the bedroom when he's sitting on the waterbed, and then he turns on like the TV's on and immediately goes to a Vietnam documentary, and you see how old Richard Nixon is, and he's just like,
Yeah.
then he looks in the mirror, he's just like, I was, it was it was like I was young back then.
I'm still young, and
yeah.
he's old. What's going on? Yeah.
I just want to highlight Hail Ruby Hove 9 gifting a 1 Kohlhauser Ara membership. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, and then even the scene with the parents, and then the scene with the doctor, and like she's asking the doctor, why did you participate in this program? And at the end of the day, there was a lot of serious parts
Themes.
of that of that movie.
Yeah. Have you seen the I saw a deleted scene or an extended version, I can't remember, where they show like an epilogue at the end with her and him, or her talking about his final days or final years or whatever. Did you ever see that? I have a memory of watching that years and years ago. I don't remember if it was part of an extended version or if it was just a deleted scene that I watched.
I don't recall. I don't recall because I have the original DVD, and I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I haven't fully examined the special features on mine. Maybe that is where I saw it originally, because I've had this DVD for a long time.
So the cover you see, I don't have that cover. I have the other cover. So I don't know if this was a special features one.
Oh, it says here that there's an alternate ending on some home video releases. So
Okay.
there you go.
I thought I saw it as an attachment to the movie, and knowing that it was different from when I first saw the movie. I don't think I like the alternate ending. I like how it ended.
Yeah.
In this version.
Yeah. So the one, I think it's the Day of Reckoning Universal Soldier, where Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren's back. There's more. They tell you more of more of the program. They tell you more of the program of how these things, and they show you one of the doctors who actually helped participate in the program, where it was a failed experiment, and then they redid it. So let me just highlight this.
This is the
So-
one I have. If
Oh,
you,
okay.
it's kind of got a red cover to it. It's got them standing, and then there's like red smoke and or
Oh, okay. So I
that's the
actually,
one I've got.
yeah, I actually saw that. We just had Mr. Giles McCoy with
Wow,
5 gifted ARA
nice.
memberships.
Green.
Hail. Thank you, Giles. Much appreciated. Look at this. Get some nice gifties here. Yeah, it's I just like I said, I love this movie. I don't think there was anything negative that I thought about this movie because you got 2 of the biggest action stars. Because basically, Dolph Lundgren's coming off of I want to say he's coming off of Rocky 4.
What year was Rocky 4?
Was Rocky 3 was 80. Rocky 3 was 83.
85
So
was
85.
Rocky 4, and
And
this
then
came out in 92.
yeah, so like he would have did some odds and ends, but this was like, I mean, for like blockbuster hit because Van Damme, I think Cyborg was 88. I think Kickboxer was 89, 90, and then Bloodsport. So and then yeah, you got these 2 powerhouses because Van Damme was just doing Kickboxer and Bloodsport, and you got Lundgren, you got 2 of these big stars. So, um, Lex, what did you think about the whole Vietnam thing? Like, what were you thinking when you first saw this? It's just like, okay, this is the beginning of the movie, and now these guys they just killed each other.
Yeah, like what did you know about this going? Did you know anything about the storyline?
Absolutely nothing. Don't think I'd ever even heard the movie. So this was one where I genuinely went into it completely blind.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know. I didn't know the premise. I didn't look up any of the actors. I literally just went to, Amazon and was like, I want give. And so, that at first I thought I didn't even read the description of that either. Like on Amazon, I just was like, I checked the year that it was made to make sure it was the right one. And other than that, boop, watch. So at first I definitely thought, oh, is this is going to be a Vietnam War? And then shortly thereafter, I figured out, well, that can't be it because
They're dead already.
Our
Yeah.
protagonists are. So that was when it shifted over to all right, we're now like reanimating soldiers and turning them into like super soldiers, and they start having flashbacks. I'm like, oh, interesting. And I could tell immediately that it was going to be, well, those 2 are going to kill each other again, type of movie.
Yes.
I didn't, especially from the start when it like starting off the way it did, which is honestly pretty dark. I was like, oh, this is going to be a really serious movie. I didn't expect any comedy, and then they start making little quips here and there. I'm like, oh, this like there are some fun, lighthearted moments. A joke when they were like doing the first inspections of the super soldiers, and Scott's character walks up. It's like, oh, I need a step stool because he's trying to look up in his eyes, and then he gets to Van Damme's character and just like, someone more my size. I was just like, all right, there's going to be some humor here, even if it's military style humor. Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it, the whole thing. Partially because I had just watched the Terminator, I could see some like the super soldier vibe has some things that necessarily are going to overlap, but I like that it was like with the Terminator, you obviously you're going with this is a machine man, whereas with Universal Soldier, you're going more with we're genetically enhancing more so than turning them into cyborgs. So that was 2 kind of different I like that there's that two different takes on how are you going to get your super soldier.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? I was gonna ask regarding, I guess, because when I looked at it when I first saw this, I thought, okay, because that one time when they dropped them off in the water, and the guy says, you dropped them off in the water like so far away, and then when they reached, and then the one guy says, what was it, uh, a, a, like something like 11 or something miles in like 6 minutes, and then I kind of knew, okay, what's going
These
on
aren't
here.
normal soldiers.
Yeah, this ain't normal. This is like more. This is something that's completely different. And of course, the one part when they're going down the dam, and then they're taking
Running.
these guys out very easily, and then, phase two, the guy's in like a hard hat and with a toolbox, and it's got a camera on it, and then they shoot him. And I was like, oh, what's happening here? They go kick him. He's blood. There's blood there, and then, phase three, they, Van Damme and Thing's character walks, and Scott's character walks in, and then the guy immediately gets up, and I'm just like, there's something with this movie that I was just like, okay, this is now gone to a different area where this guy's not dead. They take out all the bad guys, and then Luke's character GR44 is having flashbacks, and that's when this whole thing just, then they're in this, then next thing you know, they're in this chamber. The doctors are wearing these crazy suits, and they're not. So, and then they're getting the thing into their head, the serum. So that's when I said, okay, this movie's gone in a whole different direction.
Yeah. As soon as we went into the super soldier territory, I was like, this is that type of sci-fi film. And which I didn't expect that, starting with the Vietnam backdrop. I was like, okay. Because a lot of movies, there certainly are movies about Vietnam War and that type of stuff. So that I was genuinely expecting that until we got to the, oh no, that is not the vibe. It's, as Sim mentioned earlier, it's definitely touching on some of the effects that combat have on people, sure, but it really wasn't so much specific to Vietnam.
No, because every situation they were they're like, the instance when they're in the dam, and he sees the Asian couple, and immediately remembers the Asian couple that he tried to save in Vietnam. So
I liked how that flashback came to him, and that it happened in almost exactly the same way. Like, he started to get a little bit of the flashback when they were at the dam taking out the people, and like he realized that guy behind him was the guy in his flashback.
Yeah.
And then it came back
and
to him
he's
again.
glaring at him already.
Yeah, and the way right. But the look on Van Damme's face when this realization came to him, I really liked both of those scenes a lot.
Yeah, and as Lex just said, when he gave him that glare, you like something was up. Like, I actually felt like, when you get those chills behind your back, because the way he looked at him, and he was just like, okay, something, like, this guy knows something. But it was just, and then of course when they're both in the chamber, and he's like, he says he just froze up. He had some kind of memory, and after Scott's character looks over, I don't know if you remember that part, when they're both sitting in the chair.
Oh, right Scott, after he had his moment, yeah.
Yeah, when they're talking, and when the one guy says, like, he just froze up, and then he looks over, and then they're like, should we pull him out of it? He's like, no, we're gonna keep him in. He'll be fine. And he's like, you got to follow orders. And then of course that's when Ali Walker's character comes in, and everything just goes down here from from there. But then, of course, you know, and then of course he's having flashbacks throughout the scene, and then at the ending when he tells Ali Walker's character to run, and then Scott throws a grenade, and that's when more of the fight ensues. So
Yeah, but that first glare, it was one of I think when I saw it, I was just like I made the ooh noise of that like that's intimidating. Helps that that's a big character. He is large.
yeah.
Very.
Oh yeah. Well, and Van Damme's not like that big, but they just, like I said, I think they really worked off each other very well, and that's why I really enjoyed this movie and how it went down. Yeah, I don't think there was anything negative, and that's why and they brought out TV movies of Universal Soldier. It had Burt Reynolds in it, and
Really?
yeah, a couple other guys. It was just
Okay.
it was filmed in Canada, and it just looked real cheesy because they were trying to go right off the first film, and then it wasn't until Van Damme wasn't in them, and then of course then there was Universal Soldier: The Return, and Goldberg, this WCW star, WWF star, was in it, and then Van Damme's character had a daughter
Mm-hmm.
from Ali Walker's character because she
Yeah.
had passed.
Right.
So, and
I have a vague memory of knowing that somehow.
that movie was a failure.
Okay.
It was a failure, and that's how it was, with the sequels. Like, and it wasn't until they brought back both characters for Reckoning, so which was decent. Van Damme basically, they ask him they basically tell him he has to go rescue some president of some he's still working for the U.S. military, brings him back in, and then he has to use the serum again, and he just goes off and tries to rescue the president of some foreign country. So, but yeah, I just really enjoyed this movie.
I can tell.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. When you got two of the big action stars like in one movie, okay, it's like I would rather watch this than The Expendables.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because The
Agreed.
Expendables didn't even have a plot.
It was just to bring these action stars back together
Yeah.
again. That's all that was.
When you have Van Damme, and this is Van Damme in his heyday because he's doing all these movies now, and Lundgren's doing this, and that, and just putting them side by side. So, Lex, anything else you have on this?
Going back through it, I did chuckle at the scene where they're in the car and she's asking him questions like, "How are you so calm? What, like anything about you?" Because he's telling her to buckle up, and she mentions like, "Where'd you get that accent?" And he's just like, "What accent?"
Oh yeah, sure.
It's just genuinely a fun movie, and it's funny. It's got some great action scenes. I mean, what's not to like?
I like the part when she asked him, "Is there a Miss 44?" That was funny. So I gave this movie 100%.
Wow.
And this was so if you can see here, I did this in 2 years ago. So this was November 17th, 2024. So I said one of my all-time favorite action sci-fi movies. Love the whole arc of the past to the future. Van Damme and Lundgren are amazing in this non-stop action. Love when the movie came out. The two-stage. Oh yeah, and the two staged a fake fight at the premiere. Classic.
Is that on? Is that online anywhere?
Yeah, you can go to YouTube.
Oh gosh, that's funny. I wish I had seen this on the big screen, but I
Just
didn't.
saying. Almost Human, All This Perfect, Almost Under Control. Universal Soldier came out the year after Terminator 2, and the movie going
Yep.
public was definitely fully into the concept. I love the film. Getting to see Jean-Claude versus Lundgren, Frank Dux versus Ivan Drago, Frank Castle. Yeah. So, just trying to see anyone else. Review can no great action movie, begging for a reboot. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see a reboot. That's all the. Yeah.
I have a question for you, Cole.
Yeah.
What is, of all of these movies that have come out, what do you think is the best sequel? Or do they all suck?
Are you talking like today?
No, like the Universal. So all of the Universal Soldier movies. This is the first one, and they've made others. What's the best additional Universal Soldier movie that they've made?
I think the Day of the Day of Reckoning.
Is that the second one?
No, well, no, that's like. Okay, so that would be.
There've been so many, I don't even have them straight in my head.
There was the TV movies. It was like, let me just do this. Okay. So, was it the Day of Reckoning? No, it was this one here.
Regeneration. 2010?
This would be, yeah, this would be the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, here. When terrorists threaten nuclear catastrophe in Chernobyl, the world's only hope is to reactivate decommissioned Universal Soldier. Luke, rearmed, reprogrammed him, must take his nemesis from the original Universal Soldier and next generation Unisol. That seems completely unstoppable. So, and John Hamas did it.
How many did Dolph return for?
2.
Okay.
So, and then there was this one.
So wait. Okay. What was the other one? What was the name of the other one again?
Regeneration.
Regeneration. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my watch list.
So this one was the yeah, so they had, so there was a Dolph Lundgren. There was a Dolph Lundgren, and then there was 2 more. So, but yeah,
and the others probably not worth watching.
Yeah, these were very bad.
Okay.
Like very, very bad. But here's the other one. Here. Universal. So this would be direct to the original Universal Soldier. So it's about to throw an action one against Seth, the supercomputer. Take revenge. So basically, the supercomputer that it basically. What did they say? It basically was the ones that programmed the Unisols. So yeah, it was pretty bad. I saw it in the theater. I didn't even add a review because if I did, it would be like a 0. So, but yeah, out of all of them, I would go with the Regeneration.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna add it to my list
because that one basically has the best arc for them, especially for Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, because his character now is just like when you watch it, you'll understand. He's not the same.
Okay.
And you would almost, when you watch it, you almost feel sorry for him for what he's trying to accomplish and what has happened to him. So,
okay.
Same thing. Same thing.
Having watched the first one.
What's that?
I said, should I stick to just having watched the first one?
No. I would, after that, because you just watched it, Lex, I would go to this one.
And only this one.
Yeah, and only this one.
Okay.
If you want to watch something disappointing because you're bored, then you watch the other ones.
The world is full of disappointing things to watch.
Yeah, I'd rather stick with things that, I think I might enjoy.
Yeah, no, you would like this. I like this one. I do like this one. So, but yeah, no, it's one of my it's like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah,
I can tell you gave it
listen.
100%. So
Yeah, like I said, I'm a Van Damme fan. I pretty much like all his movies. Um,
I really
so
like Time Cop
me
and
too.
Replicant.
Yeah,
Time
Replicant's
Cop,
good.
Replicant, Universal Soldier. Those are probably my favorite Van Damme films of all the ones that I've seen of his.
Did you see Double Team?
I did.
What did you
That's the
think?
one with Dennis Rodman, right?
Yeah, and Mickey
I did.
Rourke.
Okay, I did. It's okay. It's not one that I've rewatched multiple times. Probably if I went back and just watched everything of his, my categorization and list of favorites might change. But these three are the ones of his that I've returned to. Like I have actual physical copies of them because I like them so much.
I liked it. I love Double Team. I just think it's good action, and Mickey, and this is when Mickey Rourke was like cut because he was a big dude. Like
Yeah, way
he,
back when, yeah.
yeah, he was pumping a lot of iron.
There was also
And
one where Jean plays twins,
Double Impact.
Double Impact. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's the one that is it Double Impact that the bodybuilder Corey, what's her name, is in. I think she plays in that. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking totally on her name. But yeah, and then there's the one where he plays. He's someone that's like helping this lady out at her home in the country or something. I can't
Oh,
remember what that one is.
that was that something to no nowhere to
Which one?
run?
What's that?
Is it nowhere to run?
I don't remember.
Chat help us
Let's
out.
see. I
I think it's nowhere to run.
Okay. Let me see. I remember liking that as well. Like I've liked a lot of his films, but my favorites are those three. Like I said, those are the ones that I.
Yeah, I think that one's nowhere to run.
Yeah, that's it. Sam, an escaped convict, lands
Yeah.
up on a farmland owned by a widow. Yep,
Yeah,
that's.
I also like Death Warrant is one of my favorites.
I've seen that before too, but I don't
Uh
remember anything about it.
yeah, it's the one when he's in prison.
Okay,
Um I love Sudden Death.
I've seen that too.
That one's great. And we had this discussion on Jay's channel yesterday. We were on Midday Mixer because the new Street Fighter trailer just really Hard Target.
Oh
The new
yeah,
Street Fighter just released, and I made my, you know, and Jay said, "Listen, hey, this is the show where always you don't like something, like you can say your piece." So I don't like the new Street Fighter. Um,
you're
I
talking about the
love
one that's getting ready to come out.
yeah. Um, listen, I listen. I like Van Damme Street Fighter, but the thing is, with this, Raul Julia was just a perfect M Bison. Um, and we all know why. Like he, yeah, no retreat, no surrender. He
That's the
played,
one I first saw him in. Was No
yeah,
Retreat,
he
No
plays the
Surrender.
Russian guy.
Yep.
Raul Julia, because he was he passed because he had cancer,
Yeah.
terminal cancer, and then his and what happened was they had to do because typically they do the fight scenes last and dialogue first. They had to do the fight scenes first and then dialogue afterwards because he was just so weak, and because his kids, Raul Julia's kids, love Street Fighter, and he was like, "There's no way I'm turning this down." So he played it, but and they agreed. Like Raul Julia just brought. I think he personally saved that Street Fighter movie because his his performance and the way he played Bison was just phenomenal and it was perfect. And for him to face off against Van Damme was iconic. It was really great. And so seeing this new trailer with this guy playing Bison, I'm just like, he just doesn't have the coattails to stand up, to Raul Julia's M Bison.
Yeah, it's been ages since I've seen that. I just
Oh, I
remember that.
love that movie.
Yeah, I think I only saw it once. Honestly,
Like they were talking about an FNT tonight because they showed the trailer.
for the new one, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jeremy's just like, I love like the '94 Street Fighter. I love that movie too. Um, yeah, I'm actually looking more forward to watching Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I don't even know that I'm interested in Street Fighter. I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to watch Mortal Kombat because I saw the first one.
Mhm.
That was during the time when the theaters were closed pretty much, and the only way I saw it was they sent a digital screener.
Mm.
And I remember it was okay, but I didn't love it as much as I was hoping to.
Mhm.
But maybe the second one will be feel a little different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I I love this line. Uh,
Yeah.
so that was great, but that was a great movie. It was great action. You know, a lot of stuff was happening on that set because Van Damme was the highest paid player. There was a lot of stuff going on between him and Kylie Minogue. Yeah, because she played Cammy in that. I don't care what anyone says. I think she was like the best Cammy, and yeah, I just thought, yeah, Raul Julia was just perfect in that movie.
Well,
So
I don't think he's ever been bad in anything he's been in.
no, well, actually, no, he was. There was a movie called Future War.
I haven't seen that, so
Yeah, you don't want to.
I can't comment on it.
If you're gonna watch it, you well, I don't. The reason why I know about that movie because it was on Mystery Science Theater 3000. So
Okay.
that's where I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I
Lex?
have heard of it. Oh, yeah, you're talking to Lex. Of course,
I
Lex
have
hasn't.
heard of it.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
I haven't
It's where
watched it.
bad. It's where they review bad movies.
I am familiar with the premise because my dad was a fan of it, or still is a fan of it. That's
Yeah,
that's what I got.
Yeah, I watch it because if it's like if it's on YouTube, like because they have a YouTube channel, so sometimes it'll pop up in my feed and I'll see it, and I was like, yeah, okay, that movie was pretty bad. Just show here. The Wayfarer. Thanks for being here. In the movie Lionheart, I watched it with my ex. There was a scene where Van Damme showed his tone hard ass, and my ex screamed upon witnessing it. I think she liked it. LOL.
Screamed. Okay. Yeah, she really liked it.
Well, you know, his actually one of his first. Well, he used to train with Chuck Norris, and then one of his scenes was in the movie Breaking, the breakdance movie where he's in the background dancing.
I don't even know if I ever saw that.
Yeah, I love Breaking. Is yeah. Well, I grew up watching Breaking movies, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, overall, I give I give you know, I give Universal Soldier a 10 out of 10.
Yep, you really like it. I'd probably give it an 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lex?
I have to. Again, it's one of those I have to give it an A, not because it's as iconic to me, given I've never heard of it, but I just there's nothing. I don't. There's not really much for me to criticize. It was fun. The action was good. The characters are funny, but also likable. And yeah, I don't know what to say. It's like I genuinely enjoyed it, the whole thing. There wasn't a part of the movie where I was like, oh my gosh, can we hurry this up, please,
Right.
or anything like that. So
Yeah,
Glad you
Jose's
enjoyed
giving
both of these.
Yeah. No, it was some good movies, and you know what? I didn't even think about them being almost. I didn't even think about when I asked let's review those two movies, but almost being on the same cusp of you know, almost like yeah,
Similar.
super soldiers. One's
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the actually you can one's from the future and then one's from the past.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
when you think about that.
Yeah, and one's a cyborg and the other is a genetically modified thing. But
Zombie.
in effect, yes. Actually, that's kind of even one of the plot points is he keeps referring to himself as being dead, and then there's this turning point where in that fight, the final fight, he says, "I'm alive."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Have you seen that commercial, Lex, of Van Damme between the two semi trucks?
I don't think so.
Well,
Oh,
no, actually, actually when he was watching Lionheart on another on Lieutenant channel,
Oh.
I told him about that.
I love that commercial. I
Yeah,
rewatched that thing so many times, especially because it seemed kind of like he was in the commercial. It almost seemed like it was a reference to just him, so like him in general, his life, because he had a lot of struggles. He had substance abuse problems for many years. It's amazing he's still alive. I'm glad he is. He seems like he's okay now. But when I watch that commercial, it just makes me think of like all the struggles that he'd been through. I can't remember exactly what is being narrated in the commercial.
yeah, it was
But
for Volvo trucks. It was for
yeah,
their stabilization
and he
and
did
how
his trademark
splits.
split. So
Did
good.
Did you watch Sin the making of that, where the director was basically saying to him, "This is what you got to be doing," and Van Damme's like looking at him. He's like, "Well, I could die doing this."
I think I did see some behind the scenes stuff, but
Yeah.
it's been so long, I don't remember the specifics. I feel like I want to look it
Do you
up.
think
And
I can get away showing that?
I was wondering. I
Because
mean,
I couldn't play the music
you
because
could.
the
Oh,
music is
I
Enigma.
always. Oh, okay, okay. I forgot what the song was, but I always dispute.
Yeah, I think I can get away. Because like I said, as long as I don't play the
But can you hear the narration? You can't hear the narration
oh yeah.
because what he's saying. All right, don't make her hit the camera, Aurelia. That's Chibi. She's going to bed. Okay. All right. Her little nose is going to hit the camera.
Um,
Oh, maybe you could turn subtitles on,
yes.
close captioning or something.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, let me just do this.
He didn't do his trademark split in this one. I don't think.
Don't remember.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
He did a bunch of spinning kicks, though,
Yes.
as I have come to expect.
Okay, here we go. Oops. Okay, so let's share this. Let's stop this one.
And later, Lex, go back and watch it with the music because the music is good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I told Lex he needs to watch this.
And he didn't.
And he didn't.
Shame on him. Yeah.
I am sure you are shocked.
Oh, doesn't have. Oh, there we go.
And Lex, the trucks are actually going backwards.
Oh.
Because they're doing its stabilization.
But it's not done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this commercial. Look at that.
I think something would snap if I tried to do that.
I tell you. I mean, that's what he's known for. I remember not the first movie I saw him in, but maybe it was Cyborg. I think he does that.
Yes.
But up against the wall or something, two walls. Yeah. It's fantastic. Those are cool looking trucks too. They look like
Yeah.
something out of Universal Soldier.
Actually, kind of does look like one of those big
Yeah.
military convoy.
Let me just do this because Misa is heading out. Again, I just want to thank Misa for the
Aw.
5 gifted
Very
ARA
nice.
memberships. Thank you, Misa, and have a good
We
night.
like the greens.
Thanks for
Yeah.
posting all those links, Misa.
So Lex, on the behind the scenes, he was like,
Can you show
I can.
that? Is that something you can play?
Let me see.
Because I don't.
Oops.
Maybe it doesn't have music.
Yeah, let me just go here. Actually, let me see. I think it's here because I know I watched it a little while ago. Oh, here we go. I think I can get away with this. Hey, Chad. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. Everyone's well. Thanks for joining us.
On a Friday night.
Yeah, on a Friday night. Okay, let's see. Oops. Make this bigger.
Oh.
Turnoutheaven.com.
Music's there.
Ah, shoot. Do they play it the whole time?
I think so. I don't want to take out.
Okay, well, maybe we can just watch it later.
Yeah.
Watch it later. Don't want your channel to get in trouble.
Yeah, I just got monetized.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
I was the first member.
Yes, Lex
That's
was
right,
the
you were.
To pat myself on the back.
Lex was the first member. Yeah, so because I was thinking next for a movie, next couple movies, I was thinking of Michael Douglas, The Game.
Oh, yeah, it's been ages since I saw that.
And I know Lex hasn't seen that.
Of course not.
I have not. I know nothing of it.
Yeah, I think Lex, you would actually like that movie.
Well, I've liked everything that you've had me watch so far.
But the game is something different because I remember I saw this because I remember my buddies like, "You want to go watch The Game with Michael Douglas?" Because Michael Douglas was like, he was popping back then, so he was doing like all these movies.
Yeah, 80s and 90s.
He was doing Black Rain. I remember Black Rain and Falling Down and all this stuff, and then there was this movie called The Game, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll go check it out." And I was just like, I'm not a big Sean Penn fan, but he's in it. But I was like, you know what? This is a good movie. It's a very suspenseful movie, Lex, and it's very different.
Yeah, it is.
It's very different.
And I don't remember much about it other than the basic concept. So rewatching it will be like seeing it for the first time because it's been so long. I love actually going back and having so much space between when I've first seen something and when I watch it again and having forgotten a whole bunch of detail.
Yeah, well, that's the same way with me because there's like, it's because I'm gonna have the Critical Drinker on Monday on my channel, and we're gonna be talking because he's a big fan of '80s movies.
Oh yeah.
So that's something we're gonna be talking about. And just dissecting like because we're gonna get into some of the Star Trek movies because I know him and Waller are watching those, but yeah, we're gonna get into it and talking about the Van Dams, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, all of those, Chuck Norris. We're going to be discussing all those 80s movies, and of course, because we're also going to talk some Chuck Norris perspective too, because of his passing. So, but there's so much out there that there's for movies of today, I won't even watch. I'll literally go back and watch movies in the 60s and the 70s and then, the 80s. And I literally, so when we were down in Orlando, I brought my hard drive down and I'm literally just watching
Old movies.
old movies. Like I remember we're throwing on Bon Ryan's Express. Like that's a great one. Um, just anything. Someone's asking a question. How'd you get the Drinker on? That's awesome. Drinker's actually a good friend, so he actually asked me to come on the channel. So that's how that went down. So, he's like, oh, because when we're in Orlando, because he was down there, he was just like, he asked me, oh, Cole, how you doing? I hope everything's well. He goes, I saw you've been streaming now.
Well,
You've
that's
been doing.
right.
He goes,
was there.
yeah. So he's like, He goes, can I come on your channel? And I was like, sure.
Lex, have you
Yes.
seen Predator?
I have seen the original Predator. It's been a very long time, so I basically have no real memory of it beyond a few just images.
Okay.
And of course the laugh of the Predator at the end.
Oh. Yeah,
I love that.
That's a good movie.
You know what? Because I actually, of course, in Orlando again, I threw the Predator on. I love that laugh, just the way it starts off, and then it just goes higher and higher and higher.
And
it's just like, and the way Arnold looks is just like, I gotta get the F out of here.
He's figuring it out. He knows what that means. The very first time I saw Predator, back in the 80s, it disturbed me. The scene that disturbed me the most was the character. His name is Bill Duke, right?
Yeah.
What happened to him? The way that was filmed, that really bothered me because to me it was like so graphic. And I was like, well, I don't think I really like. I don't like that as much as like the Terminator or Commando even. I've totally changed my tune because I rewatched it many, many years later. And I had forgotten a lot of detail. And when I rewatched it many, many, many years later, I was struck by just how absolutely fantastic that movie was. Like that moment where he's crawling up out of the water and the Predator comes behind him. Holy cow. I love that scene so much. So yeah, you should rewatch it, Lex.
And Lex, you should watch Predator 2.
That I don't think I have seen.
It's been a long
Predator
time since
2,
I've seen that
I
one.
think it's a good sequel to Predator. Well, I think it's the only sequel to Predator.
Agreed.
100 battles. Why don't you tell me who the best character in Predator? Ooh. That is tough.
Oh, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, Bill Dukes, Mac, Jesse Ventura, Blaine, Arnold, Weathers. That's
like all of
tough.
them, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, the way that scene was shot when the thing that happened to Carl Weathers happened, and the camera was going around.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that scene too.
You know what? And his scream.
Yeah.
I love his scream. He was like that. It's funny. Somebody did a video, and it's from Rocky. It's from Rocky 4, where he's in the pool, and he's watching the TV.
Is he watching that movie?
Yeah, he's watching that movie, and he's watching himself. Yeah, somebody did it, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" This is because he has that skull. He has that skull look on his face when he's holding the tennis ball. Because he's throwing it to the dog, and and he's watching the Predator, like, getting at him, and he's just like, and that was just like so cool. But yeah, Billy was that one scene when Billy's like, we're all gonna die. Because when Thing asks him, he goes, Billy, you know something. And he's just like, we're all gonna die. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
It's great dialogue, great filming location.
Yeah.
I remember Arnold saying about the character, the girl that was
Anna.
right. He was saying, I can't remember if he was saying the director or somebody else involved in the movie was like wanting to put a scene in where he and the girl, have some action together, and he pushed back against that because he was like, like, it doesn't make any sense. We're in this jungle, we're fighting against this thing that's killing us all. Do you really think it's gonna be suitable or for us to go off and have fun in the bushes? And I agree. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah,
That would
and
be
just
stupid.
quickly, 100 Battles. Yeah, I think everybody is great in that movie, so I can't really say for me who the best character is. I just think they're all great, because they just have that special, with Blaine telling his jokes, and it's
Oh, he's the one with the crazy crude jokes all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone has.
Was he not involved in the writing of that?
I think he was the
That
director
guy?
in one of the movies.
He was the director in one of the movies, but why did I think? I know he's been involved in like writing and directing and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So what the story was, Bill Paxton, he got killed by a predator, a Terminator,
And an
an alien.
Yep. That was funny.
This guy's unlucky.
Poor guy.
One of the things I want to mention was regarding Predator. I always want to know what the backstory was, because remember, okay, so sorry. Here, Shane Black was the director of one of the Predator movies.
Yeah, and he was not involved in the writing. I think it was just my brain was like transferring that onto this movie. But I know that he's worked on other movies, and he did direct one of the Predator movies.
One of the things I would have loved to have seen or look, because I've tried, is the backstory of So remember when Mac, Bill Duke's character, says, what was that line he said? If he said, if this is something, then I'm a goddamn Chinaman. Because he's like, something really big was going to go on down here, because there was Russian advisors and stuff like that, and there was something big that was going to happen where they would have been across the border. So I would have liked to have known that backstory and why they actually went in there.
Yeah, because they don't really explore that.
Yeah, it was just because all they say, and it's funny because one of the guys that Arnold takes out is the same guy who played the bodyguard to Richard Dawson's character in Running Man. So
that's funny.
So let me see here. No, you're right. Shane Black was also a writer.
Yeah, I was just looking up some other stuff he had written that I've completely forgotten. He wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Iron Man 3, The Long Kiss Goodnight. He worked on the screenplay for Last Action Hero and something else. Yeah, The Nice Guys. I mean, and The Monster Squad.
Oh. So the Predator 2 Lex is just, it's a high, it's direct sequel, but it's a high fill, just it's a fast paced, just crazy action. I think you'd like it.
Well, I have to rewatch.
The first one.
The first one first, because I don't remember much about it.
Fast Eddie says the Terminator predicted what is happening right now in technology.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. In one of those movies where you don't expect an alien invasion, we knew it in the 80s signature action flick. because I know they said, what did they say for Predator? Where I think the original, they weren't going to have the spaceship shown. Yeah, in the original script, no, in the was it theatrical cut? For the theatrical cut, they didn't have the spaceship in it at the beginning. It just starts on Earth. If I remember reading
Really?
that.
Because the only okay, so the very first time I saw it was on VHS. I don't remember exactly what the beginning was, but all of the other copies that I've seen of it show that. Like the DVD I have of it, I'm pretty sure shows that. So that's interesting.
I remember reading that. Because I remember reading somewhere that it wasn't in the theater cut. I'm just looking up here. Yeah, I like I said, I read it somewhere years ago. And of course, Van Damme was supposed to be
That's
original
right.
Predator.
And it was a terrible character design.
Yeah, it was
terrible, laughable.
Did you know that, Lex?
I did not.
Okay.
And now you do. And if you look up the character design, looks so bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can't find. I just remember reading about it, that scene. Yeah, I'm just trying to. What was there? Besides you, there was Yeah, Cyborg was an interesting movie too, Lex. So Van Damme, there's a pandemic, and he's basically got to get a courier, basically to the CDC in Atlanta, and he has to fight, apocalypse like zombies or whatever, like mutants and stuff.
Does he hit them with spinning kicks?
Oh yeah, I think Cyborg was one of his. I think that was there was Black Eagle, but Cyborg was like his launch.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I had seen him in something else before that, but I remember Cyborg being kind of the thing that he got more widely recognized for. Of course, he had the starring role in that too.
That was a good question, Cole. Surely the Predator, it did not come on foot. Where was it shipped? Yeah, I never explored that lore.
Bro just walked over. It's fine.
Yeah, yep. Van Damme was the original OG Predator. Hey, Atomic Patriot. Does Lex have the Steve Rogers notebook of lists? I know Isaac has one. Don't know.
No, I don't know what that is.
My ex-stepmom was crazy Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. I've seen his movies so many times. Yeah, I've seen tons of his movies. I've seen tons. Yeah, and that's why I wasn't, like I said, for Expendables, I would have liked to have seen just the guys from the 80s. When they mixed in like Jet Li and Jason Statham and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I was just like, you know what? The Expendables was supposed to be about movies for the 80s, not, these guys he just threw in there. In Captain America 2, he has a notebook full of the things he missed out on. Okay.
I mean, basically, I've got a digital version of that.
Sun and Shadows, Hail Homies. What was his last good movie? Oh, geez. His last good movie for me, I would say Sudden Death. That was my last movie. That was the last great movie, I think, was Sudden Death. And I know you just watched. What, this is like your second Van Damme movie you've watched?
Correct.
Lex? Okay. So yeah, you would have to get caught up.
Jarentina got me to watch Lionheart, which I enjoyed, and then you guys got me to watch Soldier.
Yeah, it's Sudden Death. Yeah, I like Sudden Death. I always love that scene because I'm Canadian. So there was that one scene when the vice president goes into the because it's basically it's hockey. So he goes into the one room and the vice president is like, "Are you Republican or Democrat?" It was like, "No, we're Canadian." That was funny. Yeah, the quest was pretty good. Would you care about another femme movie with fake strong female running a franchise? Y'all need to wake up. Why would you all care about another femme? What do you mean? Why would you care about another femme? I don't know your question. I think we've been pretty straight in what we right, Lex?
Pretty straightforward. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm assuming it's a joke. I didn't quite get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's sudden death. I moved on because his son never left his seat because of father. When I told him to stay, yeah, because when he told him, even if the brink's falling down around you, don't move. Yeah, I saw Sudden Death in the theater as well. That was very fast, but and of course you got Powers Booth, great actor. I like Powers Booth.
Yeah, he was in Deadwood.
Yeah, he was also in 24.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. He played a good bad guy.
Yeah. Let's talk about real action star Steven Seagal.
Oh.
Kidding. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I like the first Under Siege because it was Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey. That wasn't the second one. Yeah, but and I like Mark for Death. So
I remember, wasn't he in Executive Decision?
Yes, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember being completely shocked when his character. Oh, hey, Corey. Sorry, I just now saw you were. That's my cousin, you guys. I didn't even notice that was you that made that comment about Steven. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the name. Hey, Corey, how you doing?
I like the first Under Siege.
Oh, he doesn't. Steven Seagal doesn't. I kind of could. I feel like I kind of could see that. Steven Seagal seems like he's got some ego issues.
Oh yeah, they don't like each other.
They
do not like each other. But yeah, for the two movies I liked was Under Siege, the first one, and Mark for Death. Yeah, exactly, because
Yeah,
of the twist.
some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because you got to remember too. They had yeah, yes, Wayfair. I won't. I'll leave that one. But yeah, because that girl from Baywatch is in it. Erica,
Oh,
what's her name?
I've seen that movie once. I don't remember anything about it at all.
Yeah, they take Tommy Lee Jones actually plays.
I didn't
I
even
like
remember he
his
was in
character
that.
in that. Yeah, actually, somebody was asking me. Oh yes, the Legion. Well, the Legionnaire is Legionnaire's Lionheart.
Right. Yeah. I thought I remembered knowing that.
Yeah, Billy Blanks is in that too. He plays one of the the soldiers.
I saw that one once.
Yeah, Lex just watched that last week on a stream. He had to review it. Yeah,
True.
Gary Busey is fantastic in that movie. He just the way Gary Busey plays Gary Busey, right? So he plays a certain character. Sorry, you're gonna say something, Lex?
Nope, no. I was just affirming what you had said.
Yeah. And then what was I gonna mention? What was I supposed to mention? And then and I know, yeah, because even this Monday on Monday Hangover, they're going to be talking. Jay and the crew, they're going to be talking Delta Force because they're going to start doing some Chuck Norris. They're going to start doing heavily into Chuck Norris.
I used to watch all his stuff back in the day.
Yeah. Gary Busey is great playing as Gary Busey.
Yes.
That is funny.
I love Gary Busey in Silver Bullet.
Yes,
he's so fun in there.
Well, and he's in Predator too.
Yep, I forgot that he was in Predator. I've only seen that movie, I think, maybe twice. And it's been a long time since the only thing I remember was Maria Conchita Alonso being in there and the Predator picking her up and noticing something about her.
Yeah.
That's all. That's one of and Danny Glover, obviously.
Bill Paxton.
Don't remember. I forgot Paxton was in it. Don't remember any of the, major plot details except it's in the city and the Predator's killing people.
Yeah, Corey, I'll make sure I check that out.
Oh, I need to look that up. I'm curious what he said about Seagal.
Yeah, well,
Seagal.
Well, in Seagal, he's got attitude. He always has.
He does.
Yeah, because coming back, because who else was it? Kurt Russell in Executive Decision.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember we were watching this movie and it was just like, what? That's it? Seagal.
Yeah, he's gone already. Who's going to be the hero to save the day?
It's like, yeah, it's like he signed up for a movie for like 5 minutes.
I'm sure he was well paid too.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think he lives in Russia now.
That is my memory.
What?
That he lives in Russia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't Drinker or someone do a video on just like the story of Steven Seagal?
Maybe.
Like one of his Crash and Burn series or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. Let me see. Oh, look it up.
Oh, no. You know who I think it was? It may have been Count Dankula.
Ah, okay.
Nope, Drinker did one.
Yeah, I was looking it up too.
Yeah, it's called Crash and Burn, the Steven Seagal story.
Okay, then you remembered correctly.
So he did do one.
Yeah, we'll chat that up on Monday too.
that would be an interesting topic to listen to for sure.
What else is asking about Adam Baldwin?
I've been
One
told
of
he
the
has good
brothers.
aim.
No, that's
Oh,
Alec.
no, that's Alec.
Oh wait, different person.
Yes, totally. Adam Baldwin played in Firefly.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
but I've actually
He was
seen
the
that
guy
show.
that loved his big gun.
Mm.
Yeah, we just talked about that mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Just saying what almost also the
Remix.
most infamous SNL host of all time. Yes, I heard about that too.
What did he do?
Who knows?
Oh, gosh.
I
Probably
don't really,
notorious. Yeah, yeah, like infamous in a bad way for sure.
yeah. I don't, like I said, I really don't watch anything of his, like besides the original Under Siege.
I haven't seen any of his stuff in so long. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never really had a desire to return to his
Yeah,
movies very
yeah.
much.
I'm the same way. As much time as I respect and admire Kurt Russell, he cut ties with Mobile Stars because they class with us. Yeah. Actually, earlier in the chat, they were mentioning the movie Soldier, which I like. I think, you know what? Have you seen that in Sin?
I have once.
Yeah. So
years
maybe
ago. I think I've got it over here somewhere.
Yeah, I have it. I have the DVD. Because I think is it its anniversary year? Can't remember, but so Lex, I think that's two movies. Soldier with Kurt Russell and
1998. Wow, it's that old.
yeah,
Oof.
Soldier and then The Game with Michael Douglas.
I need to write that down somewhere. So
You need to go into our little group in Critic List.
Oh, you know what?
Just
I
make
asked
a post. Did you ask him?
He's supposed to get back to me because I messaged
okay.
him. I did message him, so yeah.
That would be really cool if that feature could be added. Yeah, I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's great, and you know, pretty much a lot of stuff he's. Oh, so funny. On FNT, they were talking about yes, unofficial sequel to Blade Runner. I remember reading about that for Soldier. Doc.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I remember reading because I remember I was reading something about all these unofficial sequels, and yeah, Soldier was connected with Blade Runner.
Okay.
What was I mentioning? What was I mentioning? Oh, so on FNT they were talking about Tron Ares. Because they were talking about how it came into theaters in like 2 weeks. The movie was gone and never heard from it again.
Yeah, it didn't last.
I didn't because I love Tron, like the original Tron. Legacy was okay, but when I heard about this one, I thought that Jared Leto, whatever. But I thought this was going to be a movie I would have wanted to watch until I saw the trailer, and I was just like, nah, I'm not interested.
I ended up going to see that one Saturday night back when it was out, and I'm not huge into Tron, so I didn't go into it with any sort of like I didn't really care. I just wanted to see something on a Saturday night. I ended up enjoying it okay, but it's not really a franchise that I fully connect with. But I'm glad it was all right. I didn't walk out of the theater angry or feeling like I'd completely waste my time. Don't really have a desire to rewatch it though.
Yeah, I just had no interest in watching it for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't.
So, and like that. You said, I thought Legacy was okay, but I wanted I wanted more of the OG Tron, but more updated. And plus, the other problem I had with Tron Ares is Tron wasn't even in it.
No, he wasn't.
So you have a movie with the title, and you don't put the the character in it. So that was the one problem I had with it. I'm interested in the soundtrack. Yeah, it was 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. That's right.
Heard about it, but as you might have guessed,
You
Didn't
haven't
see
seen it.
Of course not.
So, but yeah, that's 2 movies so far, Lex. Soldier and the game. So maybe we'll throw a third one in there. See if because I think we usually have time. Just got to think of something that you would like.
Does it have
Unless-
to be older movies?
No, unless you want to pick. I generally look from.
I mean,
generally-
I'm just thinking. Obviously, my mind almost automatically gravitates towards Arnold movies because there's some great ones. There's like True Lies.
True Lies is good.
Obviously, Predator, Red Heat, Kindergarten Cop. So there's so many to choose from.
I was gonna. So, did you? I don't know, Sin. Did you? You knew? I get you would have heard. They were trying to do a sequel to True Lies.
They've been talking about it for a while. I don't. It's never going to happen. Unfortunately, they should have done it like 10, 15 years ago.
Should have did it a
Plus-
couple of years after the original.
Oh, yeah, I agree because that was James Cameron's last great movie,
Yeah.
True Lies. But I really, really hope that they are able to follow through with King Conan because it's a good time now for them to do it when he's older. His character would be older. Yes,
Yeah.
Last Action Hero,
It's
very underrated. for it.
it's very underrated. I love Last Action Hero.
So self-aware. It was like one
Yeah.
of the movies from way back that was, very self-aware. And I don't think people were ready for that. Maybe.
Cole Hauser, I have an 80s list. I have an 80s list on Critic List if you're interested in evolving my list. Sure. Let me take a look. Thanks for the chat hanging out. Okay. Well, now I'm following you. Okay, so let me. I'm going to share your list, Jose Taco. It had complete Jurassic Park as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just share my page. Oops. How you doing, Lex?
I'm doing super.
Okay, awesome.
Still awake?
I am,
Oh,
although I am getting sleepy.
yeah.
okay.
It's
My childhood 80s movies. Okay. Yeah, I think he viewed that as his first bust. Back to the Future, Gremlins, Indiana Jones. Okay, aliens.
Let's see.
You know
I've seen
what?
Indiana Jones and the Terminator.
I have to
Wait,
watch.
did you say you haven't?
I have seen Indiana
Oh.
Jones and now the Terminator.
I was about ready
As
to
of today.
jump on your case. Sorry, Cole.
No, that's
I
okay.
reacted strongly to what I thought I heard.
Lex, have you seen
We've
Lethal
talked
Weapon?
about this before. No.
Okay, I forgot.
We've talked about that.
Oh, that's right. We did go through a list similar to this.
Yeah, I like
before.
Teen Wolf. I
Nope.
actually like Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox. Running Man. I like Big. Oh, did you hear about it was my list. Okay, we did see this list. Sin, did you hear about they're gonna do a Top Gun 3?
Yes, I did hear that, but they'd been talking about that for a while. I think the newest news was that it's actually officially going to be a thing.
Yeah. So that came out of
A few days
Cinecon
ago?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay. I hope it's as good as the second. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it will be, because if Tom Cruise is attached to it,
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
I think he's going to want to make it to where he wants to be.
I just don't know. It's going to be hard to surpass that second one.
And it all depends on what the storyline's going to be.
Yeah.
Like,
I find it's very hard to see how they could top that one.
yeah, they really have to go above and beyond.
And not go so above and beyond that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of sequels tend to do.
I know I've shared my opinion on the problem of sequels and the ever escalating stakes, and it's like, well, how many times are you going to have the exact same person do an ever crazier stunt to save an ever
Yes.
crazier like stake?
Yes.
Yeah, you can only do that for so long.
Yeah, I like, even with the last 2 minutes, because I saw for Mission Impossible, I saw the part 1, well, the Dead Reckoning, and I just wasn't impressed with it.
Yeah, it was okay. I remember feeling it was okay. I did not like Haley Atwell's character at all. And I felt like the spark of movies 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 just wasn't quite there. And it felt like the plot was too bloated. It was getting overly complicated. And the second one, more of the same. There's two, and I read that they wrote the story around the stunts, which is not smart, I don't think. 35. Yeah, I know. I can't imagine that Corey either. I mean, obviously I'm down to watch it, and hopefully Cruise will be able to make sure it's solid like he did with Maverick, because he did have a big part to play in how that movie turned out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Use Tom Cruise getting shot down, and the new characters have to protect them. It's almost been there, done that, because in the last one he was shot down.
Yeah, and he and
Rooster had to go pick him up.
Yeah, Rooster came to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rooster came, and then Tom Cruise went, and yeah, I love that scene.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they play this one out. So, yeah, I think we're good, because we're hitting at 3 hours.
I know, yeah. It's
time flies when you're having fun and talking about things that you enjoy.
Exactly. Sorry, I've been a little distracted during the stream because my dog.
It's all good.
Something's going on with him, and so every once in a while he's.
Yeah, it's all good, Sin. All good. Lex, any what's happening with you this week? What's going on? You want to tell us? Well, I know your things in the chat, so in the chat.
Yeah, if you're interested, you can find me rambling incoherently on Twitter. You can also find me rambling incoherent on Isaac's show on Mondays. That's more of a political basis. And then, I don't know, at some point you'll see me back here with these two. And also in the chats of all the channels you probably already watch.
Sin.
So I released my review for Lee Cronin's The Mummy today, which does not have Brendan Fraser in it, by the way. And on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a live stream about the Regal Mystery Monday, and this time they're doing a double feature. And the second movie is playing at 9:50. That's going to be rough because I don't like to be out that late, but I'm going to try. So that's the immediate, plus some reviews I need to get edited and put up.
Cool. Yeah, I'll probably do a gaming stream tomorrow. And then, yeah, I'm just looking forward to Monday when I'll have Critical Drinker on at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we're just going to talk movies. It's going to be a lot of fun. yeah, looking forward to that. And then, yeah, I'll most likely be on with Lex right after on the Golden Age podcast with Isaac. And then back to some more gaming. And that's about it. And it was great getting monetized this week. So, really enjoying this. So,
Congratulations, sir.
Congrats.
thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, chat, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. This has been a lot of fun. What's the next movie? So, I'm thinking Soldier, Kurt Russell, and thanks, man. And The Game with Michael Douglas.
Okay, Soldier in the Game.
So, yeah. If we throw one more in there just for kicks, well, I'll let you pick one more.
So I feel like I threw out some suggestions, obviously Arnold related suggestions.
That's
And
fine.
maybe Lex can pick one he hasn't seen. Or Lex, do you have anything off the top of your mind that you would like to see that you just haven't seen yet?
The problem is,
Okay, guess
I don't know enough to know what I'm missing.
haven't seen.
I was kind of
Okay, The you know
Lost
what?
Boys.
going back and
The
watching
Lost
The Predator
Boys.
again.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do Predator.
Well, we did talk about it a little bit.
We did.
Yeah.
But there's also The Lost Boys, and then there's Fright Night. There's also Near Dark, which, Cole, you have not even seen.
No.
Maybe we can hash it out in chat.
Yeah.
And
You know what?
figure it out.
Next chat, I gotta do I'll throw a poll in. What movie should Lex see?
That could be fun. You
Let
get the
them
chat
decide.
to vote
You
on what I
could, you
need to
could
see.
put up a poll in your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
just come up with some to suggest they vote on.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
And then we'll go with that.
Yeah. Did he see Short Circuit? I don't
Probably
think so.
not.
Yeah.
If you have to ask, I mean,
I asked
what are you
about
doing
everything.
Here?
Sometimes you surprise me, but still.
I think I'm running out of surprises.
Nice. All right, chat. Thanks for joining. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have a fantastic weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Anniversary to G.I. Joe. 199, Yo Joe. 40th anniversary, huh?
No, a real American hero. That's what he means.
Oh.
A-R. Yeah, a real American hero.
I thought that was just like coming from the perspective of a Chinese Muslim. Like, praise Allah. That's what I thought that was.
I'll tell you what, she made it wrong, but then when you brought the Chinese Muslim into it.
There you go. Praise Allah. Come get my she chicken.
Oh, shit.